fancy.
Chronicles of the Coast.
It's not illegal.
Here we are.
Jump on in.
Go straight to the deep end, man. That's how you fucking swim.
Uh-oh.
Hey, man.
You were riled up tonight.
He's got a ride.
Right? I got the keys too.
Uh-oh.
I've been to Disneyland. I know how to drive.
This adventure hasn't even started and already everything is off the rails.
Takes poison.
Chronicles of the Coast, our weekly Dungeons and Dragons stream where we are currently going through a edited rendition of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Last time we played, our players had come across an area that was inhabited by former drow. These drow belonging to House Alvrindare. However, something had happened to them. They, I believe you guys learned a little bit about the fact that they were cursed in a manner by their goddess patron Lolth, and so that these were they had lost favor with Lolth, and as such bore terrible mutations across their bodies, spider type of deformations and mutations and grotesquerie. So don't judge me. My table's laughing at me. Throw things at all of you. All of you. Anyways, Chronicles of the Coast. We're going to go ahead, hop on over to our players. I am going to take just a quick second here. I'm going to say that a Dungeon Master is nothing without his players, so I brought something to share with all of you.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
New cups.
Yeah.
So,
Pass around the chalices.
I brought something dark,
Thank you.
and I brought something light.
Rot.
Thank you.
Work
So,
Let's drink till it's gone.
scary.
What's is this your elixir?
It's cold too.
No.
Look at that.
Oh, okay.
no, I wish. It's delicious.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay,
Can you grab me a cup there?
but we have a few players. We have tonight Cole, Paleborn, guest player over there.
Piston.
I'm so bad at like pointing at this thing. Guest player over there, Vivo Vlasic.
So a little bit to your right.
Yeah, a little bit down there. We've got Grim Timbers up here. There. We have. Yeah. See, I got it. I'm getting better. Finn Littleman and
He's like, look, no hands.
the player formerly known as Sunday Plenty is now currently playing the Black Viper.
Jealous. Black Viper's awesome.
I know.
The Black Viper is very awesome.
You're like driving a Corvette.
share.
Dude. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there.
You guys can be scrubs.
We are compared to the Black Viper.
And so all of you had thwarted and destroyed a abomination, an aberrant half drow, half spider, kind of a drider, but kind of different. Her name was Teresa Arvindare, and she commanded some sort of brood of spiderlings.
Some sort of brood.
Yeah.
That's one way to describe it.
Well, she's brooding no more. And you guys came away with sweet loots.
So many gems. So many gems.
And we just found out they're like bearer bonds.
Oh,
The gems
And-
up, guys.
and
Liquefying.
you guys have come across a tiny mimic. A little bit of detail about this mimic because we I believe we quit the game like
We literally
right there.
ended on the mimic.
Yeah, ended on the mimic. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Very cool.
I got pictures before we left.
That's what we left off on.
I allowed a viewer to name, or I asked the viewers to name the mimic. It's almost big enough for all of Grim Timber's dice.
Not even close.
Not even close. I asked for a viewer to name the mimic. The name of the mimic, I believe, if we are all in agreement, is going to be Morty, the mimic.
Morty the mimic.
Alright. So Cole
right
walks
now?
up. Cole walks up to Morty like this.
Little baby Morty. Oh no.
And I try and tame it. Dundee style.
Right? Not quite an animal, but for lack of anything better.
Oh yeah, no, I need to get some food first. look for
It's
a body.
munching on spiders right now.
What you want?
It's
Cole?
currently
I'm
munching on like some spiders on the ground.
Well, we can't tame it if it's not hungry.
Oh man.
Go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
You try
anyways.
talking to it?
Feed it some of
That's what I
that
was
giant
doing.
spider leg.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
5?
So your symbol is the 1?
No,
you got a
moved
2.
it quickly.
Oh, you moved it.
Oh, I thought it was a 2.
I'm one of those
You got
honest
a 2.
gamblers.
You got my hopes up.
No, the total
saw
roll was
that
a 5.
Oh, I cannot twist fate that hard. I can't
So-
twist any fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The creature
It's
I can't
not
even look,
hungry.
it's
I
fine.
can't tame this thing.
the creature does not seem to react at all
Yeah.
to buzzing hand movements.
Yeah.
However, Finn, I believe you have the highest passive insight, correct?
Yeah.
So, Finn, you notice that this mimic is actually. Normally, with the high insight, you'd be able to spot a mimic from a mile away, but you spot something odd about this particular mimic. First off, it's very small. It's a tiny chest, so this must be a fairly young mimic. Second of all, it is kind of having trouble getting the form right. Yeah, as you can see, the mimic itself, like after it stops and it kind of Cole does his thing, he comes up to it and tries to talk to it. The mimic swallows up the last of the spider legs, just back down into the chest gullet, but it doesn't like revert back to a chest form. It's like still wrong. There's still like a couple of teeth and like an eyeball that blinks and looks around.
It's like lick its lips.
Yeah, you kind of have this feeling that this mimic is.
Just a little
As
bit twisted as the rest of
The,
it.
the mimic itself is kind of compromised.
His corners are
it's-
sagging.
it doesn't know how to transform fully into an object. It's always revealed some part of a mimic in there, so it's always kind of an eyeball or a teeth or a
God.
tongue. There's always some form of mimic showing through, giving it away.
I want to try saying something to him, and I look at it after Cole tries his animal taming.
Jedi mind.
Hey, you!
That's why it didn't work.
You little thing, I see you.
Finn, be nice. They experimented on him.
Like one eye kind of like shrinks and begins to close, but as it tries to turn into a chest, like 4 more pop up over here, and like,
Aw.
Yeah, it ain't working.
they just kind of look around. One of them kind of becomes like an eye stalk, and it tries to morph, but it just can't do it.
Should we just leave this alone, guys? I mean,
Oh, gee, Rick.
God.
this thing gives us speak, right, guys? Like, it's a mimic.
You okay, little guy?
A long, very wet tongue just kind of like oozes out from the chest, like scoots across the stone floor and wraps around another spider leg and just like starts drawing one of the small spiderlings into its mouth and just
Nice. Feed it to big
At
spider.
least it's eating.
I mean, he may not talk, Finn, but he can understand us, you know.
You guys gonna feed it?
Feed it to big spider.
Yeah, I'll
Try feeding it, guys. Like, give it something to eat.
What do you got?
Oh, you know what?
You're the cook.
Got anything,
Yeah,
got
you know
anything
what?
Tasty.
I pull out Finn's famous fruitcake.
Oh, dang.
It's wrapped in waxy butcher paper, and I start peeling it apart and unwrapping this parcel. And it looks a little spongy, but it's like tough, like Play-Doh almost, right?
That dungeon cake, Finn.
Yeah, this is a dungeon cake.
all
Scared.
of the exposed eyes on the mimic lock onto the cake.
Just
And
roll
you
it like a
baby.
see it begins to shift, and it shifts itself like into a dungeon cake, dungeon fruit cake, but instead of fruit, it's just a series of eyeballs, just kind of like looking at the cake. Like one by one, they blink like twinkling lights.
Do you want this dungeon cake?
Hey, boys.
The cake like opens up like with a crummy grin.
It's a doppelganger mimic.
If you don't bite me, I'll give you this first piece.
Love you too, bud.
A doughy pseudopod of cake limps out a little bit and like starts dragging itself over. It just scoots like with one appendage just
Awesome. So walks with this chunk. It's dragging.
I place it on like a little bit of the paper, like on the floor next to it.
like a good chunk or
Yeah.
like
It's a cake, right? So
Right.
probably half. Okay.
Half of it.
I'll give it half. Like, so it's about this size, everybody, and I'll place it on the floor on some of the butcher paper.
That's a lot of cake.
As soon as it is next to it, the mimic does this weird amoeba thing where it like opens up a mouth on one side and kind of envelops, wraps around the cake, and then closes itself back up, and then tries to form itself into part of that cake once again. But there's still like 4 or 5 teeth on the side that are exposed, and a couple of eyes just looking up at you.
Aw, he has problems. He's gonna be fine.
Can I reach out to try to pet it with my left hand?
Can you?
Oh,
I reach out to try to pet it with my left hand very gently. I keep eye contact at all times.
Not sure if the guy who's prone to losing limbs is the best.
We got
Cole standing behind him going.
little chestnut.
You want some more of that cake? Blink twice.
I'm just standing there, wrapped.
All the eyes blink.
Yeah.
Badger called it little chestnut.
That's good enough. I put the rest of the cake down in front of him.
Morty Chestnut.
Right? That's his name.
He's got a last name now.
Morty Chestnut.
Yeah, the mimic does not attack you.
Hey, little fella, you want to come with us? You can ride on my friend Cole's back, and you get all of our. You can have all of our leftovers. Oh, that would have been a good name, leftovers. But it says here on the side of you,
Doggy bag.
like there's a little collar here, guys.
It's become evident to you that this was some sort of tortured pet to the drow.
Yeah, it's like got a number at the end of it, but it's like Morty.
Morty 7.
Yeah.
Morty 137.
Yeah, like it looks like it's in Elven, but just it comes out as like Morty.
I'm sorry.
Sad, pitiful
I
creature.
am so concerned.
How you
Well,
doing over
next.
there?
What? Well, is he large enough for me to like pick up?
That's nice.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. Oof. So you see this small halfling.
Like, not only is it a prop, but this is your new pet mimic,
I knew it.
This is
who
it.
can never fully transform into an object.
So.
Morty. Morty the mimic.
All right.
Do you think it could walk?
Keep your fingers out of its mouth, man.
Can you grow legs, Morty? Like I got right here, or like feet?
Ben, have your familiar show it how to
It looks
walk.
like a chest. It morphs back into a chest, but it has like table legs underneath it.
It's so adorable.
Then have your familiar teach it how to walk.
Grim?
What?
Have it shaped like a
Oh,
chest.
Grim. Can you turn on
So
your
we can
familiar?
try to copy the shape.
No. Like you try turning him into like a spider, and then like he could put the mimic on top of the spider, and it just looks like he's got like crab's legs.
That's frightening.
We can strap it to the.
Want my familiar? Carry the mimic?
I wish.
I don't think I can make it that big.
All right.
It's pretty big.
I'll carry him. He's fine with me.
You know what I mean? Is it heavy?
Just don't put him in the
Doesn't
bag
feel
of
heavy.
holding.
Yeah.
Oh, mimic. Gross. Gross.
It begins to morph
Clean up
into
on
a
aisle
tiny
12.
bucket.
Oh, cool. Except for like the whole like teeth and bottomless pit there, but
Yeah. The rim of the bucket is just
yeah, like it's just teeth, eyeballs at the bottom. Ah. Okay, yeah, we got a cool bucket here, guys.
It seems like it's been so long. It's been such a long day. I can't remember when we slept last.
Hours ago, maybe even 8 of them.
At least 8. Does anybody feel like
I could really use one, yeah.
hanging out for a while?
I could honestly use a sleep, but you remember there's spiders on the outside of the other door? You don't think
Yeah.
they'll get like vengeance to come around and get us, right?
I would like to start. Just overhearing the talk of this, I'm going to go over and start barring the door. Doing my best to.
You doing okay there, man? I mean, you took a tumble
mean-
from those spiders.
I mean, if you
No, but I'm all for staying. So this door is getting wedged shut, welded shut, whatever I can do.
well, I could probably cast that spell one more time.
Arcane lock, the one
Yeah.
that blocked in the
Is it
first
still
place.
on there?
It's on the other door.
Put him you casting on this door.
That
Is
was
there a
the
way on
only-
the other door?
Was there only one way in here?
Wait, is it concentration? I'll have to check, but I don't think so.
Yeah. There's only one way in.
There's only one way in this room. So.
Cole goes over to the corner and starts tallying up the gems and the gold as he's like throwing it into the bag of holding. It's like beautiful mind, right?
I start a small bonfire. I cook up some of the potatoes, and all the scrap pieces I keep giving to Morty.
And it's until dispelled, so I can cast it multiple times.
Okay.
The doors.
19,840.
Oh my god.
That's what we got now.
Well, 19,000.
That's a good haul.
40.
How did you do that with your hand?
Yeah, we're working on it a long time.
What do you
Are there
count?
scratch marks next to
Drumsticks? Little bit.
Well, I used to have this abacus, but it burned up with my body.
Yeah, right. That was a sad day. Almost as sad as the day we lost Sunday.
Cool.
Hey, do we have enough to bring her back now? Okay.
Halfway there, I think.
Okay. Like Skullport, halfway there.
Wait, so do you think we can find someone to bring Sunday back in Skullport?
Maybe. I mean, we got a lot of things to do in Skullport.
What would a high-level cleric be doing in Skullport?
Maybe a necromancer.
That's not the kind of back that we want to have her, is it?
I've heard tales of it. They can bring people back with resurrections.
Right.
Yeah.
All we need is to give them pieces of what's left of Sunday, correct?
For other days.
Just this little baggie we've got left of her.
I don't think that she'd be down with that.
I've been thinking about that mysterious grove that we came across.
Hmm.
And I remember when we brought you back, Lumen, they were talking about other ways to bring people back, to reincarnate people.
What if we did with like Lord Moon? We make clones.
Of
And we put-
ourselves.
No, we make clones of Sunday, and then we put Sunday's soul into that clone.
I mean, that's one
If you've got the
possibility.
ability, go right ahead.
To make clones,
That's a
maybe
high-level spell.
a necromancer could do it. It may take a while to grow a new clone, right?
Yeah.
Well,
At least I
let's-
think so.
It could be cheaper.
Let's
I mean, she'll come back with like fewer toes, maybe.
How about-
But I don't know if she was using those beforehand.
We'll have to cross this bridge when we come to it.
That's very true.
Let's take a rest and
So we have
patch
options.
ourselves up.
What do you think she's doing wherever she's at?
It was
She sold bums to people into slavery.
we don't know that.
Think she is watching us?
I know that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So follow-up perks up. Do you think she's in hell?
Follow, did you go to hell when you died?
No,
Do you remember what it was like?
no. I remember being adrift in the dark. A lot like when I was on that airship and it blew up, just suspended in nothing. Nowhere but everywhere.
How long did it feel like you were actually there, though?
Moments. Then I got pulled backwards. It was weird. Kind of fun. But dying is lame.
It totally is, Fala.
Where'd you wake up at, Follow?
I woke up in the temple where you resurrected me.
No, I mean when you after the ship crashed.
Oh, I don't even know. I'm not familiar with the land around here, but I wandered for some time before I came across. Well, before I came across Fala, who and they helped. I was in the wilderness.
So you didn't make your way into the city by yourself. Of course not.
No, the first people I came across tried to kill me.
Oh. That must have been scary.
Not as scary as ghosts.
Yeah, they were pretty scary.
Yeah. What'd you do to the people that tried to kill you?
I ran.
Oh. Faster than them, obviously.
Yeah. I had long legs.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey,
Walking around the room, do I see any grates on the floor?
you do not.
Okay. How about the walls?
You do not.
Ceiling?
Nope.
Okay.
This appears to be a desecrated temple to dwarven gods. No drainage whatsoever. Expertly crafted. All of the dwarven depictions and religious markings have been terribly defaced.
Alright.
Sacrilege.
Loaded with spider guts now.
Oh, maybe you could. Well, okay. Do you want me to put up the tent? Do we need it?
Probably not if you lock that door.
Yeah. We can
Alright.
take watch turns if you want.
I go over to the door and trace the arcane sigil that means rock on it, which is just a big circle and a bark. And it locks.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself before we take a rest.
Before we go to sleep, I kind of pile up all the spiders on one side of the room next to Morty.
Nom nom nom.
Hungry little guy.
God, he's just like bottomless. I feel like it just like he eats it, it goes through him, and then comes out the other
I'm
side.
pushing one of the tables up closer to the wall, cleaning it off. You can climb up on it and chill out.
Alright. Anything else?
Can you let your familiar like keep an eye on us, just to wake us up if something he sees?
Yeah, absolutely. I give my familiar the instructions to alarm us if anything tries to come through the door.
I spend the first hour trying to meditate and communicate with Radamanthes. Which I don't think I can yet, but that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Sitting with the axe on your sides.
I spent some time going over the notes that I took from the surgeon, the drow surgeon, trying to find some way to protect ourselves against these creatures, perhaps.
As you go over the notes, a couple of things come up.
Good
You
job.
actually had not really taken a lot of time to delve into the notes, considering how much time you actually had.
Right.
So many things on your mind. But you flipped through them once or twice before, and now you're like comparing with what you see in a room and what you see with these abominations around you. And first off, you see that the name of the author was Girith.
Girith.
Ghirith. And there's a couple of other things that you pick up. Oh, I apparently forgot how to stop spelling a word. My own notes look crazy. So, Girith. Girith was a male drow and happened to be the lover of a female drow by the name of Pelanonia. I suppose you want to know how to spell that one.
Damn drought.
You can probably guess it. Pelanonia. And Pelanonia was a daughter of Vlanwelv. Vlanwelv, it mentions, was the high priestess, matron mother of House Avrendar. There are a few other things in here that kind of catch your attention. Basically, that Girith has been commanded to continue the work that the drow in this area that had been cursed did not see this as a curse. They saw it as a blessing, and that it was the first step in Lolth's plan. They believed that with their own blood and with the science and magical experimentation that they had been working on, as well as experimenting on the intellect devourers that they have retrieved and managed to capture from the Xanathar's Guild, that they were working on a way in order to transcend, rise above drowhood, and become Lolth's true chosen. That this was a great divine plan of hers. Whether that's true or not is anyone's guess. Now, Gareth has made several mentions to others of House Avrindar that there was a sort of civil war. It says in the notes that Vlonwelv was slain by adventurers. And with the death of Vlonwelv, House Avrindar began to fall from Lolth's grace as they lost territory and forces to House Freth. After Vlonwelv's death, it says that both Terissa and Melith, sisters, had tried to take control of the house. But it split into a type of
Got a sister.
it split into a type of civil war. One half of them turning instead to devil magic. The other half embracing the curse of Lolth. A lot of it mentions that Terissa has a great hatred and enmity for Melith and her twin sister, Selkris. She also swears vengeance upon Ranagax, their older brother.
Grim, you reading this out loud?
Yeah, dude, it's getting deep.
I'm not reading it all out.
Jesus.
What was the old man's name with the robe with all the eyeballs?
How?
How?
Radagax, you said?
Ranagax.
Ranagax. So let me see if I have this.
Radigas.
Is this what you're telling us?
Yeah. There is a house, Avrandir. This creature, Terissa, was previously of this house. In the name of a civil war and the power to win it, embraced an evil. Became what they became. Do I have this right? Okay. In the midst of all of these things, the matron mother of this house was slain independently by adventurers. There are more of them. Drow, I mean.
So wait, we just slayed one side of the Drow faction?
The side at war with the rest.
So wait. We just killed the easy one then, right? Because Devil sounds a lot stronger than Spider Queen.
If I'm not mistaken, these were the devil worshippers.
These are spider kissers.
You're mistaken.
Spiders.
You see all those spiders
Demon
right here?
worshippers.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a giant pendant to Loth over here, dude.
So was this
I've killed demons before.
done out of the
Devils.
ideal of the greater
Devils.
good,
Succubus.
or was this done for personal
And
motivations?
Krampus.
Didn't defeat it.
Revo, they're zealots.
Succubus.
They believe that what they're doing is all in the name of greater glory to Lolth.
Okay, so this was done in the name of the greater good.
Of course.
I suppose. I mean, for themselves.
She wanted to kill her
Perspective. It's all
They believe it
perspective.
to be so. If that's, that's all academic, I
Hey,
suppose.
How
Yeah.
ironic is that?
Hold on a second. Are you saying that, like,
Yeah?
they would rather make pacts with devils than their own god, Loth, to defeat these brains?
Wait. They're fighting the brains? Same as us?
Go on.
Yes, it details that there have been several excursions against that. The Drow of House Avrindar had actually sought to claim and control all of this level of Undermountain for their own. They were fighting against the Legion of Azrok, but it lists in here that with the fall of Azrok, after their leader fell, it was short order before the Xanathar's Guild moved in with Mind Flayer enforcers and quickly took over nearly every one of the hobgoblins.
Okay. so
Very few of them
Oh, wow.
were not taken control of. And it also lists that Silkris and Melith, the twins, although Melith being the more dominant one, had returned from the level where House Avrindar was staying and building their bastion. After they lost it and House Freth took control, they had to retreat and are currently on this level. These other drow, they're referred to as the Blood Drow, are actually hiding out in the ruins of the Legion of Azrock, as all the hobgoblins had abandoned their post in exchange for moving closer to the Xanathar hideout, which is in Skullport.
So these,
Sorry, go ahead.
these blood drow are the devil worshippers.
The Blood Drow, according to those notes, have made a pact with a devil of some sort.
Okay.
They don't mention who. However, it does mention that all of their magic is terrible, dark, and new. Dark for drow. That every ritual and every cast seems to have something to do with the blood. That their spells cast contagions and illnesses. They affect one another. They're able to create some sort of blood link with their foes, so that every injury they sustain, their foes, their enemy, the one who deals the blow, suffers the same damage. They are very much an eye for an eye. They're radical and unpredictable.
And so this is the other faction of House Ovrendir that survived the battle with House Breath.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. And they're currently hiding out in the ruins of Azrock.
Yeah. Which is, according to the notes, let me see that.
In the dungeon?
According to these notes,
Are you saying this all aloud? Or is this...
Hey, get this book, guys. And he starts reading aloud.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes.
there is a crude map, and it reveals that.
Whoa. I didn't notice it get so intricate real quickly.
Holy moly. Look
It
at
shows that they are actually living in the old dormitories of dwarves.
I was about to say that was built pretty geometric. Is that a canyon in the middle?
Dwarf in like.
That this city, it was actually a city of the
That's really close
Mel-
to us.
Malarican dwarves.
Wandered into that had we have gone through the other door.
The Malarican dwarves that had built this abandoned it long ago. And it says in the notes that part of the cavern in the middle,
Yeah, this one too.
that you are actually on the outside of another complex of these buildings that are inhabited by other creatures.
God.
But on the other side, it collapsed straight through the middle of the city, cutting the two off. So the two halves of House Avrendar are now separated by this collapse.
Okay.
So we're on the spider side.
Yeah.
You're on the spider side.
But we just defeated the spider side's like main spider.
We think.
So they should be in ruins.
It does say that Teresa was their new acting mother.
You don't think they'd split from this and then immediately go help the other ones, right?
I don't think they'd be let in.
If they have a hive mind mentality and everything basically goes haywire, I don't think that they would have the organizational capability of doing so.
I thought she only could control the spiders. The small ones, not the big ones like...
Well, so we're talking about the abominations of the drow.
Yeah.
One side took on spiders.
I know.
We haven't seen any of the devils yet. Demons.
Yeah, we haven't met
Blood.
them.
There is one final entry, and it notes the irony of the curse that is laid upon this half of House Avrendar. That Teresa, being a full-fledged priestess of the Drow before the curse, was taken to experimenting with spider eggs. She was creating delicate incisions in the torsos of humanoids. Anyone that she could get her hands on. Goblins, hobgoblin, bugbear, human, dwarf. And she was planting spider eggs in the torso, believing that she could cause a stronger spider brood.
So it's like Dead Rising.
It seems to her that the irony, or it seems to the author Gareth, that the irony of the curse is that her body was continuously pumping out spider after spider, living a curse of her own making.
We've seen that.
So it may not.
Because they were
Between
lesser
hearing all
organisms?
this,
They
and
were
hearing the tidbit
magically
about
being
the-
grown out of her own flesh.
But she wanted to do
may
something
have
greater.
very well have been a good thing that you did what you did back there.
What was that? What
Light the fire.
did she do?
Oh, I thought Grim started the alchemy fire.
No, burning the bugbear that I had left in the cage.
Oh,
Oh, the hobgoblin.
Or yeah, hobgoblin.
The Azrael.
Yeah.
It might have very well have been a good thing that
Yeah, because
we did not allow that to live.
Maybe.
Well,
We
so-
don't know that.
Anyway,
And on that
anyway.
note, as Bell said,
Anyway.
you guys will be happy you won't be killing any more bugbears.
Yeah.
That's the thing, guys.
those hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
In the midst of this civil war, the Xanathars moved in,
Right.
and that's why that's
Holy shit, this is getting complicated.
that's
So
why
we got spider-infected
that's-
brain suckers.
that's
So
why
there's-
they were studying
there were
these
4
intellect
factions,
devourers.
right?
And drow factions fighting each
Is
other.
there
There was
anything in
4
these
factions.
notes
And
that gives me a
mutations from
clue
drow.
as to how to
Yeah.
help
Drow.
Demon
defeat these
and spider.
intellect devourers?
Can
So
we just
the
get the
thing-
skull port and deal with this later?
The thing about the intellect devourers
Yeah, that
is that
seems like a better
there are
idea.
notes in here. The drow had actually learned that the intellect devourers
It's a
were
great
susceptible
story.
to certain poisons that they were able to manufacture as long as they were inside of the host. If you do not kill the host, the intellect devourer would not reveal itself. So you could poison the host and subdue the devourer. And that's what they were doing with these ones, is that they were using their poisons to subdue the host so that the devourer would have no purpose. They've also made several mentions in here that they have observed that an intellect devourer is not able to pick up certain features of the person before. A fighter with an intellect devourer is still a fighter, a warrior, a barbarian, but a priestess, a sorcerer, a caster of some sort, they are not able in their possession to produce those effects. Every host of any sort of divinity who could channel a divinity or a spell of some sort lost that ability, and it was their most foolproof way of knowing offhand if somebody is infected by an intellect devourer. Otherwise, it does mention that the only other thing is a protection from good and evil, which is noted the host will immediately die.
Alright, from now on,
Yeah.
everybody we
And
hire
you guys witnessed that.
has to be a spell adept of some sort.
So does it
That's a
say
good
that
idea.
a person can be saved after being possessed?
No, they never attempted to save anyone. They merely experimented.
You control them.
Of course.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So
Alright.
what do we miss? I think it's going to be resurrection.
Okay.
Alright, so the long rest is complete?
Sure.
Alright.
Or regenerate. To regenerate somebody's brain, but then they'd be dumb because they won't have any of their memories.
Oh, that's a lot
Alright.
of points.
Next.
I love talking
A
about magic
resurrection
with you, Finn.
spell does restore body parts, so a resurrection spell can restore a brain.
Yeah, but the problem is they wouldn't have all their memories unless it was like a resurrection spell. Like you
Wouldn't
can't
it-
just.
With a regeneration spell, you know that it also takes time to regenerate, so the body would be dead before it's able to fully regenerate a brain.
So like you wouldn't be able to get like a nervous system like built in time.
Yeah.
I was picturing it's like God.
3D printing.
Next.
Hurry up! We don't have time for this pale art.
You got the carbon one, so it's all.
Just make it so it breathes, okay?
Get the old carbon copier.
God damn.
Alright.
So,
So,
The
can you
data
just
has
start off
been
with a
lost,
little
cannot
brain?
be found.
Can you just start with a little brain, like a little peanut brain?
Right.
No.
Alright, so we wake up. How far did
Brains to
Morty get on all the corpses?
Hardly anywhere. I mean, Morty kind of.
Gnawing on them?
He's a casual.
Morty has been chewing and eating, and you see, like, even now, he almost never really stops.
It's like cud.
Yeah, it's just like limbs in the mouth just crunching close.
Is it like starting to bulge on the sides
Nice.
from
Nice.
getting too much? Well,
Yeah, that just.
It doesn't have like a front lip like somebody who chews. That's
chipmunk
so
cheeks.
gross. That's
Chipmunk
disgusting.
cheeks.
drooling, got
Chipmunk
food
cheeks.
hanging out.
Because I know I get
Spider
everything else
guts.
back, but I wanted to make sure with that.
Yeah, so
Morty
how,
mostly chews
how
on stuff.
are we carrying this thing?
Like this.
It likes Finn.
And
It does its best to emulate like an actual chest once again.
Hey, can you make a bag?
You just need a,
Like
a
this,
strap.
like
You
a
can
backpack.
Carry it like a purse.
Hey, I'm showing my hat.
It turns itself. It turns itself into something that looks like a bag of devouring.
yeah. Hey, why don't you put your hand in there?
Can you make your
Too soon.
So what are we doing,
mechanical
guys?
into something else?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, it can take several shapes.
Let's avoid the
Skullport and
Can
deal
we
with
make
that
it
information
into
later?
a dog and have it mimic the
No,
dog?
he tried that already. He can only make inanimate objects.
Oh,
not
inanimate. Okay,
creatures.
okay.
So, like, if he can make a wagon, yeah, that'd be funny.
How big is that jade bear that we have? Or
This is to make him look like a jade bear.
well, I mean,
Work
He's still
around.
got like the bear mouth, but like 4 to 5 eyes.
No,
Right?
the mouth is in his stomach.
No, I like the bag idea, guys, best.
Turn it into a guy a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. Now I've got my little. Can you do cat ears this time? Yeah, there you go. And now it reminds me of the old coin purse, guys.
That's right.
40 to 1.
All right, now I've got my
Hi,
sweet
where are we
hairy
going?
satchel.
Okay. Portent
Where
dice.
are we going?
Go port.
Big numbers, big numbers.
Seven.
Seven's a
Yeah,
loser.
we got
Seven's a loser. We like losers too.
Big money, big money.
Six.
Seven and
Couple of
six.
losers
We got 2
tonight.
losers. We like that.
All right.
That'll help on that.
All right. Are we moving forward or backwards?
We should stay away from the blood drought, right?
Screw that. We kill anything in our path.
No, I just meant like I'm not.
Basically,
As
looking
Bill
for the
suggests,
result of
skull
potential
port.
as an ounce,
Skull
I can
port.
say.
We're going
Yeah,
to skull
we're
port.
going to school.
Gotcha. Okay.
So forward or back?
Now, Morty the Wagon.
All right. So
later.
Halster's. I mean,
How?
Oh, so you go through that door. You go back through. You
Hal
find
said
the
to go
door.
through.
Hold on, meow. We're still discussing.
Hal said to go through, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we had to go past the spiders.
He also grabbed his head, squeezed
Yes.
it, yelled really loud, and ran off down the hallway.
And he threw sand.
And he standing
Yeah,
there.
he said pocket sanded
And
you.
showed us the way.
We move forward.
All right.
Right.
7.
So you open. You come to the door. You come to the door with the arcane lock on it. The password, of course, being Sunday. As you say the password and you open the door, it opens easily to you. And as you open it up, the first thing you see is this very large, glowing green eyeball
Oh, shit.
with a yellow pupil,
Oh shit.
and it's just floating there, and it stares.
Shut the door.
Oh shit. No.
I'm gonna poke it.
Use my reaction for an Arcana check.
Yeah. I'm
Natural
gonna let him
20.
do that.
Is that an Arcana?
It appears to
Let him do
be a
that.
very modified version of Arcane Eye. Revo Vlasic comes up and he's just bink, and it's like, and it stops and it looks at you.
What does it mean?
You do it again.
Yes.
It immediately freaks out once again.
You got this.
Guys, I think I found something.
It's an Arcane Eye. Someone's.
Can we drag it in
somebody's
this room
watching
and then
us.
close the door behind us and leave it in the room we were just in?
No, it goes through those.
It didn't go through the door before.
Because he could see.
What do you
through
want?
it.
Oh.
He's following us, guys. Can you just dispel it?
Throw a towel
I'm
over
gonna
it.
hit it with an axe.
You can't like
Can
physically
I-
touch it.
Can you
You
tell me
said
where
it's
it
heavily
works? Can I
modified,
poke it?
so can I tell that it's like
You just
pretty
poked it?
powerful, or does it seem like somebody of my level cast this? Or I got a natural 20 plus 7.
It appears
In the bag of holding.
See, figure out what.
It appears to be arcane and magical, having almost no real substantial form. Every time it is poked by Revo, it's kind of like poking jello. And it doesn't really move other than that. You notice that it remains exactly in one spot no matter what.
Do I feel?
Just move around.
Do I feel it when I poke it?
I mean,
Like I feel resistance.
Jello
Fuck this.
in your
Nope.
finger.
Grim is smarter than me, and I feel like the dude, Hallister was wearing that
not going through
crazy
that door.
robe of eyes. I feel like
Is that what the connection you're trying to make?
Yeah,
do you
Grim is
think?
way smarter than me, dude.
Do you think so? You are suspecting that it?
It's Hal.
I think it's Hal.
Is it Hal?
You think it's Hal?
I think
Okay.
it's Hal.
Now it clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sand.
Yeah.
I take out the sand and I throw it in its eyes.
It explodes.
Jello, like everywhere.
Jello onto the ground. It splatters.
Sand.
That's better than what I thought
I
it was.
taste it.
How'd you know that?
He's key line.
Oh, it's delicious.
Key lime pocket sand.
Oh, you got a little bit in your beard.
Where's Morty at?
He's gonna disintegrate.
Morty
in a little
looks
bit.
on jealously, licking his lips.
It starts to
Isabel
foam.
tries not to gag, but realizes he is half orc, so what? Eating gum off the table is fine for him.
But otherwise, 7A is where you are at now in the room that you are exploring.
7A.
So,
Why did Hal want to watch us?
We're funny.
We killed his pet beholder?
Maybe.
Or you killed his pet beholder?
Remember, he said that the drow, they had become a bit of a bit of a
Nuisance.
problem for him.
They were pain.
Okay.
His
So
backside.
now he knows we defeated half.
Yeah.
We gotta go get the other half.
We don't know how anything. He didn't give
So
us
are we like gonna
this.
do Hal's dirty work and not even know it?
What is Hal getting out of this?
Whether we are doing his
Ow.
dirty work or not,
Yeah.
displacing these creatures out of this dungeon, cave, whatever you want to concern this with, is for our greater good.
Besides, little mint paladin, I need to learn all I can about devils.
That's a you.
Jazz hands?
Right?
That's right, baby.
Those are made by hags, Grim.
That's weird.
I need a ring.
They're made by hags, okay? Like, those aren't made by devils. Like, as many as
Chris, I was thinking
commission.
This ring was not. It was gifted to a devil by.
Oh, your ring.
Yeah.
Oh, the ring. That's right.
Got it.
That's why I said I need a ring.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay. Alright.
I'm just thinking of like that theme song, the 90s commercials for ring pops.
That's
Sure.
what I should have.
Absolutely.
Is a ring.
pop.
Yeah.
Could you wear it
We'll
without
have
eating
some
it?
for next time.
I do not think I could, honestly.
Don't
Truly
fit your
don't.
finger.
I mean, that would be a pretty good quirk for your character to have, like every so often.
Oh no, and the more like as soon as he eats it all, it takes his soul.
Okay. Your Sarek
Moving
ring pop.
forward, we go into 7A.
You move into 7A. As the further you go, the thicker and thicker the spider web is everywhere. Although you're able to move through it, it's all across the walls, the floor, the ceiling. It's not suspended, so you're able to walk through, and it doesn't stick to you. It seems to be the more like a funnel web spider, so it's not the trap kind.
I would still like to be kind of torching this as we go.
And you begin torching the web as you
Burn
go. It burns very slow, so it actually makes for quite some time. You're definitely spending time doing this.
Can we just like light a piece and go forward and like light another piece and just like act as a torch?
I don't
If you wanna
recommend
stand in the
on any of it. That's why I've been lighting all of this as we're going along. I refuse to walk on the spider silk.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, like, and that's good. As a person who probably has never played World of Warcraft, you might not understand that you never stand in a fire.
Right. What are we talking about? I didn't go AFK.
You know, there's a better. We can do this a better. Yeah.
But you continue to burn the fire as you go, and it takes time. It's very slow burning. It doesn't. Yeah, you burn the fire. You're burning the fire at both ends.
I attacked the fire.
Alright, so we move through 7A.
But you move through 7A. It
Moving
takes.
into the next little. They're like little rooms. What's up with the little rooms?
They are little rooms, yes.
What's up with little rooms?
What's up with the little rooms?
Little
you move from
mixed
7A.
rooms.
You
Little
go on
mint.
to 7B. You step into 7B, correct?
Right,
That's the next one?
C.
Oh,
Yeah,
you just-
yeah, no, B. B first.
As you step into B, you see that the webbing covers everything, so it's difficult to make it out at first. But you see racks, tables, shelves, that sort of thing. Unusual equipment. It almost looks like a room that you would perform medical surgery in. But as the fire begins burning some of it away and catching the wood on fire, and it starts to reveal the iron and adamantine pieces to it, you realize with a bit of a bad taste in your mouth and a uneasiness in your gut, this is a torture chamber.
Oh, adamantine tools
Adamantine tools.
for torture.
Yeah.
Never want them to break, I guess.
It's how the drow do.
That's what they do, huh?
Fancy little sadistic creatures.
Would you allow me to do a medicine check? as
In the
a
process of burning everything, the webbing burns away before you are able to save it. A pristine piece of white alabaster spider silk used as a sheet over a table.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Tablecloth.
Definitely worth 50 gold.
Would you
Not like, hurting for money, but it was a piece of art.
Would you allow me to
This belongs in a
perform a
museum.
medicine check
You belong
to
in a
look
museum.
at some of this
That's a
equipment to
shame.
see what has
Mr.
any kind
Jones?
of medical value?
Pine silk burning the
Go ahead.
shame.
Ouch. That's a 10 in total.
Everything in here is used to hurt and kill.
Okay.
You don't see anything that could be used medically.
Okay.
Continue on.
Adamantine. Pick it up. Maybe sell it.
Is there an
People can
adamantine
forge adamantine
scalpel?
into other things.
There are adamantine daggers.
I will take one.
It is ridiculously sharp.
Anything and everything adamantine I'd like to throw into my bag.
Yes.
Can I have some
Yeah.
of the daggers? Just like 4, maybe?
There are at a minimum of 4.
All right. I finally got a sword back, guys. Woo!
Nice.
As well, we'll take an adamantine dagger if you guys are good.
I will give you one of my daggers. I will take the other 3.
Already got
There
one.
are thumb screws, spikes, devices that you don't even understand what they are for, but pristine adamantine, all of which, of course, are completely unmarred by fire. And you
Just clean
probably
them up a
pick
little
up
bit.
about 150 gold worth of adamantine equipment.
Nice.
Okay.
Beyond the daggers you got.
Beyond the daggers, there are the 5 adamantine daggers.
These will
So
sell
I'm gonna
for
say
weight.
150 random adamantine equipment.
Yeah,
torture
tools.
tools. Like complete torture set?
Yeah.
Yeah, adamantine torture.
Collect the whole set.
Yeah.
Is there anyone still strung up in any of this equipment?
No,
Not alive, but just in a state of torture.
even dead. No. I mean, it looks like before all of the spider silk was here that this place was definitely operational. Everything was new before it caught on fire.
Yeah.
The equipment is definitely all new. I mean, like the blood stains are barely even dried.
Wow.
But
Wow.
All right.
no, there are no bodies in here.
Holy Knight, I respect your respect for Flame, but I think I have a safer way. And
I'm not walking over silk.
I make Archie disappear, recast Find Familiar. I'll burn a spell slot, and I summon a spider, and I just let it go in the webbing. Spiders have like webbing sense. I can.
Web sense, yes.
Yes.
That's exactly how they were able to detect you before when you were invisible.
Right. I figured something.
Does he have a little,
You guys were talking about this after the game, weren't
does he
you?
have a little needle hair?
No.
No.
Honestly, no.
What?
Does he have a little needle hair?
They have a secret chat
Yeah.
room. Oh, not allowed in.
Oh.
What makes you think
Smart
he's not
move,
in?
guys.
Oh. What if it looks like the brushes for like a street
Alright, so after
sweeper?
this.
Yeah, no, that it literally looks like a what do you call it? The
The bristles.
pink toes. Pink toe spiders. You know the
Sure.
anyways. I'll find a picture and show it.
Okay.
I know what it is.
I know.
They're cool.
Your familiar
tips
begins
of
to
the
walk
like little
gingerly and saunter across the webbing. Moves its way, is able to come to the next door, which is cracked, slightly open, and move inside. I'm assuming you shift your senses and are able to see through your familiar's eyes
You assume correctly.
as you take in the vision of what those 8 eyes see. It moves into a room that looks like it was once a very cared for lounge of sort for the drow. You immediately recognize drow style furniture and art and other such belongings decorating the rest of this room.
Drow tapestries are
Is
valuable.
There's a chassis. There are lounges carved from dark wood or zerk wood from the mushroom, padded with spider silk cushions spread around the edges of the room. There is a singular circle that you can see on the ground, which has completely dried. It seems to have been the magical circle on the ground that you can see was made out of the entrails of certain creatures. although it appears to be a magical circle that is no longer used. There are a few dead bodies in this room along the walls, mostly cocooned, but you're able to see the emaciated faces of drow among the webbing.
No Azrock?
No hobgoblins in this room.
Okay, I leave my familiar in there.
Okay, no, go ahead.
It looks safe.
All right. Who wants to go first? Cole? That's Phil.
I'll go.
Yeah. All right. We still burning the webs as we go.
Can I get that elixir?
Not anymore.
All right.
Which one?
No, the elixir. One is a drought, one is an elixir.
That was almost a natural
It would
one.
have been a great cheers. It would have been.
Yeah.
All right.
Jesse would have cried.
So as we move through, you look quietly.
They're just growlers.
And they both
I will
taste
not go
good.
quietly into this dark night.
I will. I am going to try to stealth my way up behind you guys from the very back.
Are you stealthing?
No. What's the point?
Doesn't bother me. I'm just gonna hide.
Spider webs.
Jeez, Esvo, you're so loud.
You guys want to pass with that trace?
I don't sense anything, do I, in the webbing?
Nope.
Okay. I don't sense any
Is it safe,
there's no spiders. It's as safe as any place is in here. As well. I mean, I didn't look in every nook and cranny of the room, but I didn't see anything alive in there.
Let's go.
I did see dead things.
Let's go, Cole.
Dead things sometimes rise.
Alright. Now you say something.
When we enter the
You're
room,
so positive.
can I look over the
and all of a
tapestries?
sudden
Would you be okay with, as we're passing this hallway, I'm just
What do they depict?
very carefully dragging my sword behind me, being sure to split the webbing?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
Got it? Yeah.
You should say that louder next time so that people
Yes.
can hear.
Well, I was gonna, you started talking, so I was gonna wait and announce it as I'm walking across.
I know. I stopped talking to hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, as I'm crossing the hallway, I'm gonna be carefully dragging my sword, not dragging it on the ground, but just enough to be slicing that top layer of spider webbing as I cross the hallway into the next room.
Got it. Finn enters the next room, and you immediately start taking an interest in the tapestries hanging down. You see that the tapestries, they kind of depict Drow civilization in its most grandeur. You see elegant figures of superb beauty and grace and guile being carried around on palanquins by slaves of various sorts.
Humans.
You see rituals and priestesses and spiders, and there's always this sort of weird, ever-present symbology of maybe either 8 eyes above everything, 8 glowing red eyes, or maybe there is a shadow of 8 legs stretching down. 8 is depicted a lot in all of the artwork on these tapestries. And one of the things that actually kind of catches your attention, though, Finn, is that you can see that there is a sort of a banquet hall, and in it immediately takes your attention, your love of food and your culture of meals. You kind of take in this tapestry of what's going on here, and you see that, surprising to you, surprising to everyone, but it would appear that the Drow actually...
I have no idea why I just started doing that. Like, there's no volume up right now.
It would appear to you, strangely, that at this banquet hall, the Drow, despite what everyone believes, it seems that though they venerate and revere the spider, they're not above eating spider. And you see that these Drow are all aligned at a table, and one by one, these Drow are actually eating live spider. But you're able to pick out certain pieces of this. You're looking at it, and you see that... you believe that because of the artistic representation, you're able to pick out the preparation of it, and you believe that you might be able to recreate a Drow delicacy reserved only for the nobles of their society.
What would I call something like this? Like roasted spider or
It's not roasted because the spider is eaten alive.
alive?
Spider sushi.
It's spider tartar.
Spider sashimi?
What do they use to like keep the spider from moving?
From what you can see, it looks like they are pieces of wire stretched over the legs, so the spider is on its back and its legs are held down
Wow.
like this.
Oh, like kind of like needleboarded.
Yeah,
into the-
and then they are able to cut into the soft underbelly.
Awesome.
Which way do they eat it? Like
Love it.
head first or tail first?
Tail first,
Roll the baby spiders.
with
bust out.
very delicate elven style silverware.
I was gonna say if you're gonna say chopsticks.
Oh, come on.
That's racist.
All right. So what about like so like
Yeah,
when
I
they
use
eat,
them.
when they're eating it, like they cut
I
open
do
like
too.
the egg sac and like pull it out like escort like
You tell me.
Sliders.
yeah
What do you think?
like kind of like roe is what I was thinking.
You tell me.
Yeah.
What do you see, Finn?
It is literally like a spider lively eaten, and I try to take note of what type of spider it is because I don't want to grab a poisonous one and accidentally do this.
Yeah. Well, all spiders are venomous, but none of them would be poisonous. And that you are also able to see that quite a few of them. You see that the drow are like picking certain on the underside beneath the whole thing. You see the lower caste drow, the slave drow, the slaves of other races are picking these ingredients, and you can. You believe you can accurately see what ingredients they are, like certain types of mushroom, fungus, this sort of slime, and it's all prepared and mixed together in a sort of sauce that is used along with this meal.
They like pour it scalding on top
Like
of the
dipping
spider.
sauce.
You just, yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrifying. But yeah, they pour it on scalding onto the spider to stun it before they start eating it. Yeah, the smell from the fungus and mushrooms, it blinds their senses, so they're also not able to see. They're stunned and also tied down while they're eaten alive.
I guess
That's horrifying.
That.
Wow. Am I the only one of us that wants to try it?
I kind of want to try it too. I don't know why.
I believe your mimic is
I got
frothing
no
at the mouth
desire to
as
eat
you were
spiders.
just explaining this.
I'm picturing like, remember like Gomez is like, it's like reaching into the gold, trying to like stop something, like so he can pull out the camera reels.
Can these tapestries come down?
Yeah.
I'll start taking them down.
They are made out of a thick spider silk. Each one weighs about 50 pounds.
Okay. Is there a way we...
But they are very
Roll 'em up,
delicately
put 'em in a bag of
woven,
holding?
and they are certainly items of art. There are 4 of them in total, and each one is worth 200 gold pieces.
Damn.
You wanna... Can you put them in the bag of holding?
That's
I
too
think we
many
can fit it
pads.
inside.
Yeah.
What do you got in your bag of holding?
Down.
Nothing but gold now.
Gems.
That seems like a lot of gold in there. You might be able to fit one of those tapestries.
Well, we got
Okay.
3. We've got 3 bags of holding.
Oh, well, there you go.
I would like to go and begin inspecting each of these bodies.
And the pillowcases. The spiders.
And the spider silk pillowcases,
Yes.
each one worth 10 gold. There's 4 of those as well. You inspect it. Give me a roll.
The rarity of having spider silk drow pillows.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah, that's
Every one of
Beautiful.
every one of the bodies you find has a elven, not the magical elven cloak, mind you, but an elven spider silk cloak of elven craft. Tattered, worn. You see that there are stab wounds along the bodies in various places. A few of them even have a few crossbow bolt quarrels that are still sticking in from here and there. But the one thing that you do pick up is that each one has an insignia in the style of what would be depicted as like a scarab. It's not quite a scarab though. It's made out of gold and adamantine, and it looks like a scarab, but instead the markings on it depict a spider, and the depiction of it is just so right.
I would like to take one of these and the best cloak that I can find.
None of the cloaks appear to be worth anything, but you're certainly able to take the best one that you find.
No, I intend to add it to my wardrobe, so
There's like a big old like hole. in this
It's a
thing.
tattered.
that's okay.
It's a tattered cloak.
It replaces the one I currently don't have, so.
Right?
All that rain down here.
But yeah, no, I would definitely like to hold on to this.
Moisture.
cape.
Jeweled spider. Would that be okay to
Spider scarab.
Spider scarab. Ooh.
Bingo.
Just turns into like the mummy and.
All right. Here you go.
Going in.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a beautiful brooch.
It is.
With
Yeah.
some abysmal writing.
Do I notice any armor on?
The one that you found is the one that you found are these ones here on the bottom.
Okay.
The abysmal symbol on it.
Yeah, the map.
Okay, Grim.
MAP,
Do I notice
man.
any
I wanna see
armor
that.
on any of them, or are all of them wearing almost ceremonial style?
Ruined leather. They were warriors in life.
Now
Okay.
dead.
And they
And
died in this room.
Nearly everything that they own is ruined in death.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we keep going, my friends?
Yes. Move forward.
Okay.
Wasted up time down here. Let's get this goal for
That was in what room? 7?
Move into D or do you move into E?
We're in C right now.
You're in C.
So we could go here or we could go here.
CBD.
Let's
You
go to
would,
room
wouldn't you?
7E.
I would like to make my way to the hallway and actually stand guard, just kind of almost mindlessly staring down the hallway
In 7C.
while they're circling the rest of them.
T is red.
It is dark. The webbing is burning away, slowly smoldering in
That's all
many
you can
places
see.
still. Bits and pieces of the furniture of the torture room have set ablaze and are currently burning down to embers. But for the most part, everything seems quiet. There are cracks and nooks here and there where it seems that creatures might have been able to emerge from or dive and delve into. But for whatever was on the other side of this door when you had locked it before your short rest, does not seem to have made itself present.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to stand at the hallway while they inspect the.
7E.
E. Moving on to the next room.
Right across the way.
Little box.
Oh. Hey, 7C does have a tunnel that leads out of it from the south.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're looking at that tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were looking at the other one.
He's just
Sorry,
keeping watch.
It looks like a hallway on there. So.
Yeah, we just exposed where you can't see any further, but
You open a chamber to door room E. It appears to be yet another C. No, you're in C.
Yeah, yeah.
We gotta go
My
to
bad.
E or D.
You open up to E, and you see in here it is yet another style of torture chamber. There is another body of a drow. This one is entirely in the nude. A male, from what you can see. The spiders have hardly touched it. It's but still withered and dry. Along its back, you see what would have been fresh in death. The somewhat healed, and plus the scarring of what looks like this drow had been whipped over a long period of time.
Cut him down, Cole.
cut him down.
Isn't he hanging?
By his wrists, like this.
Make sure it's not alive.
Why?
I'm not in the room. I shouldn't be talking.
We don't know these drow anything, right?
I mean, yeah, I'll do it. I'll cut him down.
It's just a.
What are you gonna do? Bury him in all these spider webs? He's in a torture chamber.
I cut him down.
There's no rest.
The rope snaps with the final bits of fiber. The body drops to the ground, dry and mummified as it is. It cracks, crumbles almost. Bits and pieces of skin expose themselves, and the body falls to the ground in a very stiff manner. Clearly, it has been hanging there for some time.
Are you trying to give him proper burial?
I just wouldn't want to be left hanging for eternity.
All right. Then light him up as we go.
I cast bonfire onto his body.
With the magical incantation, a fire bursts into existence upon the desiccated body.
If anyone wants to take a look around this room, now's the time.
I'll say a prayer while they're taking a look around the room. Ashes to ashes, butts to dust.
I'll take a look around the room.
So will I.
We're doing perceptions?
We get lost
I'll
in a
look around.
conversation,
Yeah,
actually.
30.
We start to
30,
take
12,
a look around
20,
the room.
20.
What do you get?
20.
Black Viper.
You know,
The two of them more sort of taking the moment to catch up on things and exchange words while they search, half-heartedly look through everything. Cole, you go the other direction, and immediately on a table you pick up underneath a thick webbing. You reach in and grab
Smoke.
and pull out with some considerable resistance, actually, a whip. The length of this braided leather whip all the way down to the end has these tiny little barbs that look like they were once the fangs of spiders.
Oh wow.
The mandible fangs being pulled away from whatever spider and then woven into the braid of this whip.
Does it look like they're like venomous?
Wow. Yeah.
It possibly could have been venomous at a time. It does not look venomous anymore.
What you got there?
I'll hand it over to Finn. I don't know, man. It looks pretty deadly, though.
Do I see any religious like indications on it?
You find a script written along the side of it that Cole was not able to see. It is written in Under Elven.
I can't read it.
I can't.
Under Elven.
Yeah, if you can read Elven, you can kind of depict Under Elven. They're pretty close, but it's still a separate
Is it
dialect.
not undercommon?
Hey,
It's not Under Common.
Okay, then I
it's
get
like a
it.
broken dialect of Elven.
Sorta.
can anybody read Elven?
I don't think I've ever met an elf.
What's an elf?
It's what these are right here. Like this guy right here that's burning.
I've seen elves. Why are you laughing at
That's
me?
an
I've
elf.
never met an elf. I'm just saying I've never been introduced to an elf.
That's a good. No, Fala. Fala was an elf, remember?
What? An elf?
Hey, don't you remember? Fala was an elf.
Yeah, the wood elf.
Prime.
That's an elf?
The other.
Wait, what about that one bard guy?
Oh, yeah. Ranquin.
He's a drow. That doesn't
And
count.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
not that
your
one.
nemesis.
I don't know what you're talking about. Three Strings and I are great friends.
Okay, so I've met a lot of elves.
You talking about Fourth Thumb? That's a halfling.
Three strings is not
He's
enough.
talking
Had a
about.
V in his name.
He's talking about Varys. You know.
I don't remember that at all. I don't remember anybody.
Thought you
named
remember
Varys.
everything.
You don't know that, Elvis?
I know
Finn,
I
you're
don't.
not cursed anymore.
What I choose to remember is what I choose.
He should be followed.
Just because the drink doesn't make it go away.
Yes, it does.
Was Sunday in it? I'm having a hard time figuring out which are elves.
What's the whip?
Sorry.
It's the ears.
It's a artifact of art. It's worth 10 gold.
Okay. You got that.
Okay. I've got a whip now, guys. Crack that whip.
Artsy whip.
So, after looking over the notes and the map that we got from Gareth, the crazed surgeon, I have an idea, guys. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if we should even try it. But I might be able to get a look over there without us visiting it.
Way all the way here?
Yeah.
On what purpose?
See what we're up against? See what's going on over there?
Why are we fighting them?
We may not have a choice. It's not like we picked a fight with these spider drow.
Well, they're not friends anyway, from Geralt's book.
Just saying. If it becomes important to us, I may be able to take a look over there.
I once fought a an underdemon, and I learned from that encounter that not all opponents have to become enemies. However, with that said, I will point this out. Have you ever come across a friendly spider?
Yes.
No. I've always had to kill every spider.
My familiar.
Because if you don't, they'll come back and bite you.
Familiar is also mechanical, you know what?
Yeah, he's cool, huh?
I've seen jumping spiders. They're pretty cool. They usually just attack like other bugs.
Exactly.
to that bug, that spider's not friendly.
But
That's friendly to me.
I think what he's saying is these drow are not.
The only spiders I like are the ones that got really long legs and are skinny.
Is that what you're trying to say, Reason?
I thought we were going to the skull part here.
So
Like,
Yeah.
we just gotta go. Like,
we
got
may
to
be able
go.
to completely
Let's go, Finn.
negate this encounter with
Walk
the
in the next
demons. And demons are far more likely to be able to make a deal with.
Demons don't make deals, Rebo. Demons kill and kill and kill.
The clever ones try to make deals to win your soul.
It's the devils that make deal, my friend.
Who controls the demons?
So me and Esbel and Finn walk in the other room.
Yeah. Sunday,
While they're
Esbel and Fitz.
talking devil demon prosthetics.
Prosthetics?
Esvel and Finn, where do you go?
In the other room.
You go forward.
Over there.
7D. They go to D.
D.
Oh, we didn't check that out yet, alright.
Nope.
Esbel, I'm sorry about how I treated you earlier about the hobgoblin. I didn't mean anything by it. I just,
It's okay.
I got a thing about
After
killing
the information we just found, we won't be having that problem anymore.
I hear your quest is finished now, huh?
Well, that part. I just want to get to Skullport now. Got some unfinished business there.
You see anything good in here?
As you move into the
Not
next
really.
room,
I'm
looking
blind, like, I
looking
can't see
about.
shit.
You move into the next room and look about.
Objects don't. Not busy.
Pretty much what you can
Anybody
see.
lately, Esbel?
I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'll be back.
Go ahead.
I'm good.
No? Okay. All right, Esbel. Maybe later. You know, when you get over your
I hear this
racist bias.
This voice in my head.
Suddenly, the rocks above all of you become very unstable.
For real.
We should get out of the room.
The other room that you had looked inside of appears to be yet another torture chamber of sorts. This one you can see has a table with leather straps and a basin and some sort of
Finn.
a strange device. From what you, Esvel, you're a noble, so you are well read. You have heard about such things.
Okay.
Finn, you come from a land with a dictator who rules over it and is not not below.
We don't really see it happen, though. They just
Right.
get
But you
ghosted
have-
away by the special police.
But the two of you have both heard of a special means of interrogation
Yeah, accelerated.
that has to do with both water and maybe towels over a person's head, or even a much more cruel and strange method of just a slow water drip onto a person's face.
Oh, wow.
Is it Genasi water torture?
You get inspiration for making him choke on his food.
That's awesome.
Does that make
Good
sense?
job, Graham.
Kind of, whatever.
I got it.
I did too.
It is a torture chamber that uses water to do so.
Wow. I'm gonna just take some mental notes on how this operates.
Can we get out of here?
Yeah, guys, I'm kind of sick
And
of the torture
keep moving.
chambers. Guys, there's nothing in here, just more torture.
And so you leave. You head through the hallway
Disgusting.
to the south, exiting this small little enclave.
Torture.
The cavern twists and turns. It changes this way and that, opening up before closing off, before opening up and closing off once again. And all the while, the webbing begins to get thicker and thicker.
We start burning it
I
again.
like that.
Burn it behind us at least.
Oh,
And let me send my spider ahead.
Wow.
I could sense the threats.
I'm okay with that.
The web itself, still completely unsticky. However, it starts to form a sort of unusual gossamer curtain, a veil, that as a breeze coming from some unknown scene somewhere begins to kind of catch it, it floats in gently waves, almost as if ghostly hands are reaching out for you, one by one, you're able to move these gossamer webs and curtains away just to the side. They pull down with just the simplest of ease out from around you. But there they are. And one by one, you begin parting the veil to the next chamber before you come to a new room. And down in here, the wind begins to pick up just ever so slightly. Finally,
So there's a tunnel north before we get to 8. 8.
Breeze.
you are currently in 8A.
What's the breeze smell like?
cold
Is
and
it
damp?
refreshing?
Like
of
sand?
any way? Like,
Cold and damp,
okay.
like wet soil. Not after
Kinda
a
moldy.
not after a fresh rain, but more like
River?
the crawl space underneath the dwelling.
Okay.
Is it kind of
Got
humid?
it.
Is it humid?
Just wet dirt.
There's
Oh.
definitely humidity on the air, but it is very chilled.
This is the end of the tunnel. Do a perception check.
So there's a temperature drop?
Oh, it's definitely getting colder.
Where are you now?
Okay.
Are we lowering in elevation that we can tell as we're trying to
More
go through
or
this?
less webs?
You are slightly going down in elevation.
Gotcha. So I would like to be in the back of the pack and torching the webbing as we go. His spider, I'm assuming, is now leading the pack.
Yeah, spider's about 20 feet ahead of us.
Okay.
It's at this chamber here that the webbing just becomes so much more insubstantial. Thick as ever, but this time it's not. It doesn't seem that the webbing itself had served a purpose like a spider would spin a web for. It's
Okay.
almost as if just cobweb are here, so it doesn't burn and like take up a chamber and like flame crawl across the floor and walls. It's more like it just catches the embers and then embers itself, and really
So
it
almost
takes
small.
even longer because it doesn't burn. It only burns so long as the flame is next to it. None of it will ever catch flame.
It more. Okay.
Dirty.
Okay.
It just kind of melts away
Can it be pulled down?
easily.
So you know what this means? Nobody's been through here in a while.
Wow.
Let's cut it.
Yeah, but I don't think webbing is gonna go bad.
It's an obvious contrast from the web design and then the cobweb design.
Not even spiders are coming through here.
Yeah,
Right.
Nothing has been through here.
All right. What do you think's back here?
So we're in 8A and we haven't
This-
seen another exit.
This might be dead man
Correct.
land.
There is another exit.
Okay.
In
So we
combat,
do-
there's an area between
only-
two warring fractions where you've got no man's land. Anyone who crosses it gets cut down by archers.
But we know that's to the east. To the west.
We don't
are
know where
east.
this leads. This might spiral down and around and take us right over. We don't know that.
It looks like it's heading northeast.
For now, we're
Can we
heading
squeeze
away.
through that little
But that's wise. Classic. Were you
So-
in the military?
thing?
We do see. Sorry, I'm sorry. See, you were in the military.
Yeah. My background's a merchant vet,
You served.
and my
I was actually in character.
oh yes,
Yeah, what
yes.
lords you fight in, huh?
Many.
Were you like a mercenary or?
Yes, I have sworn allegiance
Isabel's gonna
to many
investigate
crowns.
that little crevice
Me too.
they talk.
Oh, kind of. I was going to, but the war ended before I killed anyone.
Oh.
Then I came here and I killed someone, and I got really sad.
Killing is not,
Lame.
not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, dying is lame. Finn told me that. He taught me.
True.
Yeah, but I ended up dying too, so.
That was lame.
Yeah, it was. But it was my fault.
All right. So we found another way to go north, huh?
Yeah.
Can I roll a perception check of 8A?
Sure.
9.
Based on where we're going, does it seem like this would lead back to the way we met earlier?
Anything's possible.
Do I think it is?
You're not sure.
Okay. So, do you wish to continue on, Regal? Yeah.
Let's roll.
All right.
Go.
All right. So we're going down this little tunnel. Kind of skinny. Kind of skinny. Keep moving. Keep moving. wow, it's twisty and turny.
Twists and turns.
Here we go. We got something here.
Are we still descending?
Just ever so slightly.
We get to 8B.
So,
It'd be
you move this way and that, twisting and turning, as you said, down every 10 feet or so. You have to take a step down as you descend even further. The sound of water can actually kind of be heard in a distance, echoing along the cavern walls. But the webbing takes a little bit of a shift again, and then goes back to more gossamer, then back to more webbing, and then back to more gossamer. And it's unusual, and it's not consistent at any sort by any means. And you move into this chamber. You look around. With the light source of Vlasic, you see around you that there are bones scattered in this area, victims of some sort.
okay.
And then you hear the sound of pebbles drop from the ceiling on high. And you look up, and immediately you lock eyes with two glowing red eyes in the chamber. Up above you, about 12 feet up high, is a very large half-drow, half-drider, or half-spider. This one being full drider. Its legs sprawled out, its other hands up high holding onto the stalagmites, or stalactites, and it just kind of looks down. Her silvery hair, unkempt and wild, just draped down, wet from the humidity, as she kind of sits up there and looks at you. Oh, well. Bray has come to my lair, perhaps.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Little Tater. We ran into some of your friends earlier, and they said it was cool if we came through here.
Teresa allowed you through, did she?
Yeah, we even got her pendant, right?
Right here.
It's their protection.
This was her proof of passage.
Oh, Teresa would never part with that.
Do you want it?
You have slain her, haven't you? You. Oh, my sister lies dead. But that.
Selkers?
Forgive me. I must compose myself. Such news I had not expected to hear upon my ears. Such sweet, sweet words.
We haven't given you any news.
If you bring that, then Teresa is dead.
So then we're allies, right?
I would not be so presumptuous.
Then we can go about our way, and you can do your own shit.
She's not the only one that lies dead.
The amulet. You would give it to me.
Oh, no, I will not.
Oh,
The trophy
I will allow you
for a fallen
past.
friend.
Do you wish to go past?
Isn't this a dead end?
We will pass. You can give us permission, but we will move our way through.
I mean, we just killed Teresa.
Hindered with a blessing. That is for you to decide, but with that amulet, there would be a new brood mother.
How high up is she?
Maybe I want to be the brood mother.
Yeah, this human.
I have
Yeah.
I do have the amulet.
Give her the freaking amulet, Esbel.
Why?
Because we can go. We can.
But then we'll just have the same problem behind us.
Yeah, with Teresa gone.
Never
the,
trust a spider, Grim.
The matriarchy
conversation
belongs to me now, with my dear sister disposed of. Forgive me.
That's
Forgive
not true,
me.
is it?
Forgive me. My manners, as I had said. I am Palinonia. I have been waiting some time.
Is your husband Gareth?
Gareth had left under orders of Teresa, but with his return, well, things will be as they should. Teresa!
I throw a javelin.
Yeah. That's good.
Are you going to just throw a javelin?
Yeah.
Like, I've had enough of this.
I got the signal.
What?
I throw a javelin.
With you reaching to grab the javelin.
Okay.
As soon as you reach for a javelin, she sees what you're doing and catches on immediately. Javelin in hand, roll for initiative. I'm gonna give Cole advantage on initiative.
I already have it.
Oh, I'm gonna let Cole do his thing.
Before we roll.
Yeah, Cole.
Surprise.
For it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just like giving Cole the signal. Up
Yeah.
the side.
I'm like,
You have a signal.
as she's
huh?
talking. Okay. 17's what I got.
What's your dex mod?
3.
Okay.
2. Excuse me. 2.
I was like, this is not gonna roll good no matter what.
Cool.
It's a damn
Revo.
spider.
Yeah, honestly.
That is a 10 in total.
10. Sunday. Not Sunday. Esval.
14.
14.
Just change it already.
Right. Revo. Finn.
Cock.
Cocked.
It should be an 18 though.
I don't wish. Yeah. 10, 11, 12.
Timbers.
8.
Got it. There we go.
You roll for the bad guy yet?
I did.
Okay.
Go
then.
first.
I did.
You know what?
I can't counterspell it. Go ahead.
Or cutting words.
Would
Yeah,
counterspell
not
and
counterspell.
initiative
Cutting
roll?
words is what he's talking about.
Okay, words. Yeah, doesn't matter. Let's go.
I believe you can. I haven't announced it.
Yeah, you don't know what
Seriously,
it
go
is.
after Cole?
What now?
Oh shit.
I know that.
Yeah.
I hadn't. All right. I hadn't announced anything, but
We're
okay.
good. We're good. I wasn't gonna use it. I want
Alright.
to save my inspiration because I was hurting for it in the last
So
one.
how high is this thing up in the air?
She is about 12 feet up, but she is a large creature. So really, like, she was really tucked up and against the wall trying to hide her presence. You come underneath as she, like, kind of positions herself for combat, seeing you draw a javelin. It's almost as if you guys are on eye level with her up and you down.
Kiss her.
Kiss her.
Upside down, like the Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Give it up,
Like
Cole.
the Spider-Man.
So
One last death kiss. Here.
I didn't realize I didn't have to throw a javelin.
Just do it anyway.
So I'm gonna
Well-
rage. It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. So as I pull the javelin, it starts to attack me. So I start to rage. I can run up and hit it with my axe, right?
Sure.
All right.
Right
So I
there.
decided instead to hit it with my axe. I run up and start swinging. That's a big hit for 26, and then that's 17 damage to start with.
17 damage.
Yup.
That's a good hit.
Yup. Second shot.
Yeah. Go for it.
Well, that was close. That's cocked up. Yeah. So that's 27 to hit, and that is 18 damage.
Open salvos.
And it's got my Radamanthi spirit surrounding it.
God.
If it attacked anyone but me.
It's a lot of damage. With you rush up, hearing her words, and you attack. Just both attacks strike true and deep into her.
Oh, those are
Sorry,
big,
I had
big
her right
12
here.
rolls. Big 12
Yes.
rolls.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It cuts in deep, and she takes substantial damage from that. With that in mind, immediately her eyes widen. Wild, fear, anger, astonishment, shock, various emotions, all. And and with a wild, she lets out an ear-piercing scream that the couple of you didn't have to almost grab at your ears to try to muffle it. And her form, large, arachnoid form, it immediately scurries against the wall, and she is going to dash down the hallway back from the direction that you guys just
Attack
came.
opportunity?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I can't do it recklessly, I don't think.
Yeah, she's.
It's not, no, I mean, reckless is only on my turn. Well, that's good though. Wow, bad
I'm in
damage
the
roll.
back of the pack.
19 is the hit.
19 is a hit.
It's only 3 damage.
She'll probably.
plus
She
my
is
5.
dashing, so she will take an opportunity attack from anyone as she passes by. I will go ahead and say that you are the other person she
Crossbow?
passes by.
8 damage.
Not an opportunity attack.
8.
8 damage from the next one.
Oh, that's a good hit.
Nice. That's a hit.
19, 20, what did I do? 23, 24 to hit, and yes, that will be a divine smite at second
So she
level.
ran past us to get to the cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're babies, I'm guessing. Mommies do.
I swing like.
And then I'll roll
Isabel just goes.
6, 7, 8.
As a shorter person, it is harder for you to reach because her head is eye level with Cole.
Yeah, I couldn't even reach my
Right.
foot.
15.
Like out of the jump.
That's another 17 damage.
She's big too.
17 damage from that.
Yeah.
17 plus what? Because you did both your die rolls at separate times.
You did it
Correct.
twice?
Was it 17 total?
Oh, yeah, I get.
No, it's an
No, it's
opportunity
an
attack.
opportunity
so it's
attack. I'm just asking what was your absolute total?
17.
17.
Do I
Okay.
get to utilize the extra attack on this?
No.
No, I thought
okay.
I just was wondering if that was like your smite damage
Totally.
only.
Oh, yeah. Smite damage, everything.
Everything is 17.
17.
Yeah, she's bald.
You should have listened to us. We killed your husband too. He's dead. Garth. Whatever the hell his name is.
Now you drew
You got his book.
She's dashing.
Brood mother.
You see her large spider form swoop underneath, crawl across the ceiling, swoop around the bottom onto the ground, disappear into the darkness and around the mists, the glowing embers of the fire of the web that you've been burning, giving off this faint shadow of her crawling up across the wall once more, back onto the ceiling and disappearing into the cavern from whence you had just come.
But you said there were 2
We
driders.
just
No.
came from.
Oh.
Yeah,
One.
don't fuck with the troop of thorns. Trope.
Well, she's going into nowhere because everybody's dead back there.
Cool.
Alright, chaser.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm
She
at the
has
call.
dashed 60 feet.
Oh
I can dash 80.
my god.
Nice.
You bound
20 feet
and
past it.
barrel into.
Well, I go 40. What happens then?
Yeah,
Do I
so-
see her?
No, because the cavern twists and turns so much
Okay,
that
then I
she
dash another 40.
And she
she very quickly breaks line of sight, and once it is. Does anybody else do anything before Cole goes back to his turn?
Yeah,
He's at the
he's
top.
at the top of the turn.
Spider hunting.
I give Chase.
I
I
wanted
thought
to
it was,
chase too.
I thought he got a special surprise round, and then it was his turn on top of the turn again.
No, she watched him pull the javelin, so
All right, Sunday.
Is it my turn?
are you gonna chase after?
Do I have a chance to shoot?
Oh yeah, it's a good set.
crossbow at
So,
her?
how did I get a chance to move?
No, I'll chase.
You got an
So
opportunity.
I went and then she went.
Now she's running away. Then
So I don't get a
opportunity
chance to
attacks.
go yet.
You don't get to run
Okay,
yet.
yeah. Alright.
You could run, but you
No,
can't dash.
it's not my turn. That's
Oh.
we're just trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
because I
Yep,
actually
Sunday
was
then.
going to chase after
Yeah.
it.
So Sunday goes first.
All right.
I'm on
Esvel.
pursuit.
Esvel, you
I
run.
mean, if I can make an actual action on this creature, then I would like to cast Magic Missile.
No,
Doubt it.
Warcaster or whatever it is.
Yeah,
What?
she disappeared.
There's no way I
Or
can
an
shoot an
action,
extra.
not a
yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, she broke
Yeah,
line of
it's not your
sight
turn yet.
very quickly.
Yeah.
I'll just do my 30 feet and then call it good because it's obvious we can't catch her.
Yeah, like map wise, she's probably here.
Every square is 10. Every square is 10 feet.
Isabel does her best to chase her and then ends the chase.
So she went 80 feet.
He already told us that
60.
she's 60 away. And
Yeah, I
she
got
has
that.
already
35.
dashed.
10.
If we, your normal is 30, right?
30.
So if you dash.
No, I don't have that option.
She just
It's an
got
NPC,
right around
it's
the
totally
corner,
different build.
right there.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'll tell you what. I will cast. Can I cast a spell as a bonus action?
Does the spell say that you can cast it as a bonus action?
Yeah, I just mean in this weird sort of initiative that we're in right now. Am I able to cast a
We're in
spell?
normal initiative.
Okay.
It'll be your turn in just a moment. Esvel's running. She runs 30 feet. You do not have line of sight. Finn does
Okay.
nothing, I believe.
You're correct.
Revo,
Okay, so
I give Chase 2, moving 30.
you move 30. You're right next to Esvel. Timbers.
I cast Expeditious Retreat on myself,
Okay.
and I dash,
Okay.
and I catch up with Cole.
All right. Cole hasn't ran anywhere yet, so you are now ahead, and you can run how far?
That's gonna be 50 on a dash.
So you take a dash, you run 50, and you are now 10 feet behind her. She is still just around a corner.
I can't see her.
Nope.
Expeditious retreat doesn't make you go further than your regular amount.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
But
it's follows turn.
here's the thing, though. I can still move. That's just Expedition Retreat gives me a bonus action to dash. I still have my regular movement,
Okay.
so I move like 10 more feet.
Get line of sight.
Get
Around
line
the
of
corner.
sight.
And you come around a corner and you find yourself right behind her.
Okay. Firebolt.
Fire bolt.
Yeah. Cantrip.
Beautiful.
Bonus action. So
Pew, pew, pew.
Choose your action to dash, right?
I didn't dash again. I just
So you cast a
moved
spell
10
Expeditious
feet.
Retreat.
That was a bonus action.
That was a bonus
So
action.
bonus action was that, so they can cast cantrip. Right.
Yeah, he's still got his.
No, you're onto something now. The bonus action is to cast a spell.
Yeah. I don't think he's got it
You
yet.
can't use the bonus action to move.
15
He uses action.
Cantrip.
to hit.
Dash, right?
Cantrip.
He's trying,
That's
to
a
use
miss.
that. He's trying to use his action to cast a spell.
Cantrip.
They can't because you dashed.
I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, but it's
When
part
you
of the
cast
spell.
Expeditious Retreat, when you cast it and every turn
have
after,
it up.
you can dash. So when I cast it, I
Instead
can
of regular
dash.
movement.
You cast a
No,
spell.
not instead. In addition.
No,
When
yeah.
you cast
it's
this
both.
spell,
Yeah.
and then as a bonus action
Okay,
on each of
you're
your
right.
turns
Go for
until
it.
the spell ends.
Awesome.
Sorry, we're just gonna make sure.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it's both
Yeah,
when you
I'm-
cast it and then further actions. So further bonus actions.
You're good. Do it, man.
I did it. I got a 15 to hit.
15's a
You
miss.
got a inspiration
It was 20 earlier.
Yeah. Is it a hit or a miss?
No, that's a miss.
Okay, I use my inspiration.
You know you don't. Use mine.
Wow.
Oh my god, is that natural one? Is
I
that
use mine. She ain't
Can
getting
I
away.
give you mine?
Wow. Burning it up. Burning it up.
17.
Miss.
Oh my god.
more?
Come on, baby.
Jeez.
Oh, damn. What the hell?
with you?
Get out of here. No way.
One more.
One more?
way.
Okay.
It's not good
No
inspiration
way.
here.
We're all burnt up.
Come on. Give me some juice.
Alright, everybody together here.
Fine.
Natural 20. Natural 20. Natural 20. 20. 5.
Two. Deuces.
Jeez. How does that even happen?
Like the gods say no. Like Lowell just smacks it.
You know what this means, right? You're gonna end up getting a 20 on like an investigation check.
On something really dumb.
Everything put into this fireball. As you run up, you cast a spell bonus action, you come around a corner, you see her across the ceiling. She is screaming and running wildly, just leg after leg, dashing down this hallway, and you hear the sound of every one of your companions cheering you on. And you're like, this is the day! Grim is the hero! Let me show you how I do it to doppelgangers! And you throw this fireball, and the spider just kind of like barrel rolls around the tunnel, and your firebolt,
Matrix.
your firebolt just barrels through the center and crashes against the back wall, missing everything.
Does it at least collapse the cave in front of her?
Collapses the cave behind her.
It's like,
Do you want it to? No. It's a firebolt. It's not going to collapse anything.
I was
Maybe
just
a
about to be
candle.
so mad at whoever said that in chat, and it was you. I'll take that.
Right?
That was the worst freaking roll, dude.
Jesus.
I'm glad I got
Thanks
the
for getting the
witnesses.
2 out of the way.
How many inspirations? Was that 4 inspirations?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang.
Fuck, that was lame.
Grim Timbers MVP.
As Cole Pillmore.
Grim, you got it right!
Balls.
If Cole's not there to knock him unconscious,
That's my reaction.
Fala does not chase after.
Yeah, like she said.
Fala is going to stay with
I
Fane.
mean, this isn't over though. I could still dash and move.
It is now Cole.
alright. I use my 40 movement to go as far as I can.
Right?
That gets you.
Almost around the corner. Like you get to like here.
You need like 20 more to get to where I am.
Here. That's what it is.
Really?
About that.
And then I dash and get all up in her face.
And she is right here.
Spider
on the edge.
kiss, do it
Grim's
again.
probably like right there. So you gotta spend 5 to get around Grim. I mean,
I got 40 more.
10. So.
Can you grapple her?
Give it the
She
knockout
uses all of her ability and her drawn sword to try and stop you from passing through her area. She's gonna try.
I'm not trying to leave her area. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get up all in her face.
So Cole's
You're
like
getting all up in her backside because she's not facing you.
Well, whatever. I'm not trying to leave her at a time.
I'm just saying, if you're
So-
trying to get in front of her, she's not going. She's gonna do everything she can to stop you from going in
I
front.
mean, I'm
Right.
coming up. I'm going here.
In front?
Well, sure.
She doesn't want you in front.
Grim
She's
cast
gonna
spiderweb.
Do
She
everything she
can't
can.
do anything outside of her turn unless I leave her attack for opportunity.
You're funny.
Right, but she's occupying a
to be
space.
mad.
Okay. Then I come up next to her space. That's all I want.
That you
And
can.
when she leaves, I'm gonna hit her.
That's got to be the clip of the week.
That's the whole point.
Right.
I don't have any more actions.
Right.
Epic failed inspirations.
Anything else?
Bad guy.
That's it for now. I'm up in her face.
All right.
That's what I'm trying for.
Right?
She is running. Sees you coming up behind her.
Oh God.
Very fast with 8 legs.
She drops down an oil slick.
Yeah.
That's not funny, Dr. Jones. Need inspiration.
Feed the dog.
Not today, Grim. Not today. Not after that performance.
Trying to refill the tank.
Can't get it back quick.
The tank is empty.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Is she casting a spell?
That's so mean.
Yes.
I cast counter spell.
Okay. She continues running. She's casting this spell. She's conjuring up this magical energy in these dark runes fill around her hands, and she throws the magical energy down into the ground, and it snakes and arcs its way, trying to reach Cole's feet. But before it does so, you see the spell, and you cast out a word, and that magical word is
No!
the incantation of no takes hold, and you create this magical block of ley line. This weird blue circle forms right in front of Cole. The energy strikes it. Cole is able to pass right through, no problem, but the spell is blocked.
25 to hit.
Beautiful.
That's a hit.
Nah, it's 11 damage.
11 more damage.
Does it not die? How does it fall
he
off
can
the
hit.
ceiling?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
She uses the rest of her turn to move the next 30 feet. Tries to get around the next corner.
Okay.
And that is her turn.
She can't dash.
Esvel.
That means I'm gonna catch her.
Seeing Grim and Cole just kind of fly by, Desvel just kind of starts
Almost around
from
the
a
corner.
run to a walk.
She's like just 35.
She just like, shit, I can't keep up with those guys. Never seen a rock gnome move so fast in his life. His little legs.
Do you see him with his shirt on?
Yeah.
It's like
He had this little tube of powder, and he's like,
Did he say gotta go fast?
You guys thought I was a wizard. I'm just a drug addict.
I will casually move my 30 feet.
Just taking hits of LSD.
Finn and Rebo.
Yep.
Finn, nothing, right?
I checked the room.
Alright.
Cool in there.
I'm going to take my movement speed to try to get closer.
Okay.
There's no explosions or like.
It's at 30 feet. You're pretty far behind right
30 and
now.
60?
Then I
Probably
I will
the
dash.
same.
Okay.
The same. Not
So
no.
60 feet. How far away am I from?
You're
combat.
still
You're 30
behind the
feet
two
away.
of them.
So you're 60 feet. She got 60 the first time, right? So you made it up to where she was last, and you are now 30 feet away from her.
Next turn.
Line of sight. Timbers.
I have line of sight on this spider chick.
I believe you have to move still, actually.
5 feet.
From what something at least.
So you'd have to move 25 to get around him, right?
I know that he has to move something.
Huh?
From what you just showed me.
Okay, so I will use some of my regular movement
You're like
to
right
move
here. She's
to
here.
establish line of sight.
Cabs.
How far do I have to go?
30 feet. Plus 10, right? So plus the 2 people in front of him. So that'd be like.
If that's the case, then
He's
I'm
not that
using-
far back. He used that dash, so
Yeah, I was
so
like
he
right
went
up there with
30.
Cole.
Yeah, but
Right.
he made it to like the corner. Cole passed him to get to the witch.
25 feet. Your move action should get you close enough that you can see her.
Okay, I will do that. I will get close enough to see her, and I will cast magic missile.
Okay.
Deja vu.
No save. Bam, bam.
Yeah, that second one.
Isn't she gonna run into a closed door soon?
Yeah, arcane lock.
That would be fun.
Dead end! Shoot! I got a fight!
Yeah, like the door from the main room is like still locked.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Look at them
15,
floors.
16, 17.
Nice.
Well, you wanted to try that new delicacy.
Right?
Magic missiles
Say that
from
like
your
down the
hands
hallway.
conjured up, magical energy spiraling around as you let forth from your hand 4 darts of missile magical energy.
I yelled
You like that description? It's magical missile energy. You can picture that, right?
Yeah.
Such great descriptive
Just see
powers.
this light flashing up in front of me.
Cole, I don't go down on spiders.
Yes, you do. Crash into her.
Just hop on.
She's still running.
She's still running.
Regular goblins, bro.
Goblins. They're all the same to me. Goblin,
That's-
goblin, goblin.
Fala does nothing. That was an action. You did your move.
I close and
You'll just
attack
take us
twice.
off the. You'll just take us off the turn order.
Hobgoblin.
Well, it depends on
Okay.
how I roll. I close and
If I
attack
hear
twice.
screams, I'll start coming. But I don't think.
Yeah, that's
Cold liver
17.
Miss.
17's a miss.
Yeah.
Wowzers! I missed the first round.
Wow.
18.
Miss.
Wow.
20, dude. Just like the last one.
Okay, I missed twice.
2 misses as Cole rushes up trying to take her head off, but each time, first attack, she brandishes and parries with a sword. Axe flies up, kind of caught off balance. You swing again, trying to strike true, but this time the attack once again hits the sword. You glance across the front side and you see that your axe just strikes armor across her body.
Well, at least I'm in her face.
Right.
That was Cole. Her turn.
Stuff in here. Yeah.
She will,
So be
Who's a pickle?
Let her die.
Kids or something?
she will,
Why would she?
She got night.
she's gonna cast a spell on you. Wisdom saving throw.
I can't wait till I get Warcast or fucking
Right.
whatever that is. Mage Slayer. Wait, wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
I wish you had Warcaster. How cool would that be?
You got this, buddy.
Now. If Cole was magical at it.
This, once again, the dark black eldritch runes up and around strike into the ground around her in a snake and coil for you, and as soon as they reach you, they grab your feet. These unusual spectral black shackles wrap around, and this energy just pulses up and immediately turns from the black shackles to black veins all the way up your body, and you find yourself frozen in place. You're paralyzed.
Oh no.
And she runs 30 feet.
What's going on, guys?
Is it my turn again?
Esvel, kind
I
of
run
behind.
up and-
She's fine. Finn behind. Revo, she ran again, so she's still about 30 feet. She's 60 feet ahead of you now. You run again, she'll still be 30 feet ahead of you.
Can I dash?
You can dash.
I will dash and make my way up to her.
You dash. You find yourself passing by Cole, who is frozen in place with some sort of black magical energy.
Yep, nope.
Oh.
I'll be back.
Sounds like he might lose that rage. Maybe.
Can I hit him as I pass?
It doesn't affect me like a frenzy barbarian.
Right, but you have to, like, in order to stay in a rage.
Sure. But it's not a
Right?
big deal for me to re-rage.
No, I know. I'm just thinking.
Frenzy barbarians are the ones that take exhaustion.
Right. I'm just saying that in order to maintain your rage, you have to
Or
take
a little
damage, or
Yeah. Or attack.
you can hit him if you want to use your attack action.
As I'm running up, I'd like to try to.
You won't be able to dash after her if you attack.
Just keep going, bro. It's not a big deal.
Just keep going.
Probably just keep
Don't
going.
Alright,
worry,
just-
don't worry
I'm
about
just
my
gonna keep
rage.
going then.
You dash. You find yourself about 30 feet right behind her. That brings us to Timbers.
Would my dash not bring me up to her?
Because
Sitting
she
right behind her.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because she didn't dash every turn. So yes, you are right behind her.
Okay. I use a bonus action to dash as many feet as I need to give myself like 15 feet between me and her if I can. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Go on.
You,
Do me a save. A dex save.
Oh. Negative. It's an 11. I know I gotta beat higher than that.
15, probably, or 16.
Uh-oh.
That's a lot of dice.
Uh-oh.
That's a lot of damage.
The smell of ozone,
Roll
fresh
those beautiful bean
rainstorm
footage.
fills the air.
You want to
The
roll
entire
into mimic
cavern
talks?
lights up. Yeah. Come here, Morty.
Oh, okay, guys. Eat my dice.
As I cast the lightning bolt.
That's a lot of threes.
These are good.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Let's see damage.
The
22.
crash of thunder resounds off of the stone walls. The blast of lightning illuminates every feature of the stone tunnel, silhouetted from every angle as this electrical arc crashes through the tunnel and strikes through the center of her. How does she die?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes! We didn't see it.
She,
Just hear like an
the flashing
explosion.
No.
You see like a flame go
she
through. Like,
recognizes the lightning bolt briefly, and she thinks that she has it. And for a second, she almost does. She's like soaking it in, laughing maniacally, fuck you!
Right.
And she loses it. It starts coming out of each of her little carapaces and angles and legs and eyes and everything, and she just
Pops.
pops.
Bug zapper.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I'm gonna be careful guts.
Spike corn.
It sounds like one of those bug zappers.
Got a new delicacy for you a little bit.
Trader decorates the halls.
Ooh boy.
Esville catches up to smell ozone in here.
I'm gonna rush back to you as fast as possible.
He needs to make another saving throw.
Follow and I search the room.
Actually, no, I believe it's a concentration spell. I'm pretty sure with that you just pop out of it.
Huh? We did it.
You guys did it?
We did it.
Did it.
And let's just take a break.
Take a break.
We're gonna take 5, everybody.
Break time.
Keep posting in the chat. We'll post next to you as well. And everybody who's also on Facebook right now and watching this, can you please try to watch us on Twitch? Because when you do watch it on Twitch, we also get to get the revenue stream from our viewership, correct?
Just do both.
It just puts us higher in the rankings so more people can check us out.
Oh yeah, more
Yeah.
people from the splash page from Twitch will also see it, and then they will come to watch us on
And
Twitch.
in the D&D category.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you have Amazon Prime, you
Yes.
have a free subscription to give out. Give it to us.
Yeah, we could always use it. We would appreciate it.
Thank you.
Or I'll shoot you with a lightning bolt.
Be back in 5, 10.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we'll make it quick, guys.
Bye bye.
Sorry. Break took a little, just a tiny bit longer than expected. I had to get swifty.
We're all jumping down. Yeah.
Show us what you got.
Show me what you got.
You don't want to see that.
Come on.
Like what I got.
What do you do for a 20-sided die?
Right.
Klondike bar.
You guys killed a drider that. Oh, alright, so that escalated quickly.
It was a slight
yeah.
chase.
Yeah. There is a drider dead on the ground. With a quick
Twitching.
look over her, you see that she had some pretty simple scale mail armor, as well as a typical broadsword. It does not appear that this drider had anything of any real importance on her. But alas,
Mimic
poor
food.
Polinonia is dead.
They were a spellcaster. Is there any scrolls or spellbooks among them?
No,
Okay.
driders can be innately magical.
Mimic food.
Natural magic.
Yeah,
Waste.
indeed. Too bad.
Too soon, so.
But here you are.
It's always eating.
So you make your way back to the room that you had been in before, press on a little bit, you continue to explore the cavern. Polonia's chambers appear to have had nothing of any importance.
Hey guys, you're back.
I got this
Hey,
spell for 10 minutes.
Isabel comes back. Man, I couldn't catch those guys.
Yeah, I book it around everybody. I like run circles around everyone.
God damn, Greg.
Hey guys, want to hear the story? A story that I made up?
Just see this flash in the back and then flinch.
Wow,
it's magic.
Oh,
Who did the kill and blow?
we're in some
I don't know,
serious
man. I couldn't
important.
see nothing.
tunnels.
But it was me.
So we're tunneling. We're like, this is very different from the like straight walls from the Dwarven Fortress. We're in rock.
Well,
Indeed.
Inside there, Cole.
we know that there is a cold. We were told that there was a river nearby, so maybe that's the water we smell.
The sound of the water does indeed get louder and louder the further you go.
Jesus.
It's not the sound of a roaring river or even a rapids by any means, but you do hear the sound of water gently lapping against a stone shore.
We keep going till we get to
Love
the
this.
As you
Smell of
continue
water.
on, the webbing itself begins to
There we go.
decrease quite a bit until eventually you do
Eight
come to
C.
an area. And in this area, through the sparse amounts of webbing that are still left in this chamber, now standing on the stone bank of a river, which is very lazily just kind of drifting down through the chambers to the south of you.
Put your hand in it.
If
As
it's,
Vel does, she walks up and reaches in and feels the water, washes her hands off.
Is it cold?
It is very
Feels
cold.
good.
Behold
Feels good.
the river.
She throws it in her face.
Sargauth.
Is it clean?
It appears to be clean.
Like crystal?
Clean.
I walk up and do a perception check.
Perception check.
15.
I prestidigitation myself.
You catch a glimpse of something written on the wall behind some of the webbed curtains in this
Dang.
area. The few bits of webbing still in the area that still hang lazily about here and there. You pull back the webbing and you see written on the wall, "If skullports where ye wish to be, with the Sargauths aflow go ye.
Okay.
If pirate booty is what ye crave, fight the surge to the captain's grave."
No.
I read that. What's it written in?
Common.
What's it mean, Cole?
You guys see this over here?
If pirates' booty be what you crave, come
Yeah.
again now.
Yeah, treasure that way. Skullport that way.
Let's go to Skullport, right?
Why is there always a choice like that? Though? Why can't it
Because
be treasure and
it's
Skullport
probably a
that
trap.
way? Oh, do you think someone would?
Yeah, man. Like, you ever heard of the story of Dark Souls?
Which way's downriver? No,
Downriver would be Skullport.
that's what we were told. Remember the rat friends that we just left?
Yeah, follow the river.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we go upstream for treasure.
What treasure will we find there?
Well, we still have to get enough money to pay for Sunday.
Is booty good treasure usually, Cole?
That's what it means.
Didn't it say something about a captain's grave?
Yeah, that's where the treasure is with the dead captain.
Okay.
That's the way it works.
All right.
Treasure keeps the.
I'm outvoted
Captain
here,
keeps-
obviously, already.
Well, I'm
Let's do
just
this.
saying, I'm not voting yet.
What? We don't even have a boat or nothing.
We can breaststroke, you know?
Can you like traverse? I mean, is there a shore that we could walk upstream, or is it just like a tunnel, or what is
For the most part, the cavern walls in this area, they're pretty... The river itself, so it hugs close to the wall. You believe that if you stay real close to the wall, you can have enough firm ground to walk upon, although the water is likely to come waist, maybe neck high on Finn and yourself.
I'd like
But-
to find a stone and toss it in, try to judge how deep it is.
It sinks right in. It's very still. You remember the old adage, still water runs deep.
Cole will jump in.
Sure would
Cool.
be nice to have a boat.
Takes a run
Boat.
from the river.
Boat.
Yeah.
Boat.
Nice echo.
I jump in.
Runs over, up, into the air, jumps in. Cannonball? Nah,
Just trying to get to the bottom.
Right, you jump if you... Oh, probably like, what, 10 feet out into
Yeah.
the water, and then you
Yeah.
just...
Half a second afterward comes Grim.
Asvel says, thank God.
One by one, you jump in to the water. It is very cold. It is not necessarily freezing, of course, but it's certainly much colder than the atmospheric temperatures. And, well, Cole, you go to the bottom trying to judge how deep it is. You don't know how far down you go, but you certainly do go underneath.
It's big.
You feel solid ground eventually.
Alright.
Swim back up. You kind of judge that you could have been anywhere between maybe 10, 20 feet. It's difficult to say underwater.
Feels good.
But there is almost zero current.
A little stagnant? Is it
just-
smelly?
No, it actually feels pretty clean. But just kind of floating where you are, keeping a stroke so you can stay up. The current just ever so slightly pushes you to the south.
That away.
With my strength of 1, do I think I can swim this?
Strength of 1.
-1.
Strength of -1.
You believe that it is swimmable, however, with all of the gear that you have
Exactly, right?
with all of the gear that you have, you might have difficulty in drowning is not out of the question.
Alright, so what
But
if
like I was
halfway.
saying earlier, though, that if you hug the wall real close, it's possible that you can kind of
What if-
stay
what if I strip down?
What if we tie a rope to it?
and do what with your belongings.
Put them inside the bag of holding we have.
If everything is inside your bag of holding, and you probably remove 1 or 2 articles of clothing, you might be able to swim, but I mean, drowning is always a possibility.
No, I'm going out to do that. And the only thing I keep out is the loot because it's got a little bit of like buoyancy.
Drowning is always a possibility.
Anyway, so
Hold your breath and go underwater.
I hand Morty over to Cole because I know Cole can swim, and I just kind of like say, "Hey Cole, can you like give me a little bit of help out there?" I'm not exactly the best swimmer.
Grim's like backstroking. What's wrong, Finn?
How does this mimic like
Water's
water?
fine.
The mimic doesn't seem to react much to the water.
Alright, so
I jump in.
booty.
I kind of just like grab
Go
onto,
for it.
like, Cole, like his axe maybe, and just like ride him like a jet ski maybe.
Sure.
Everyone who is swimming, give
my
me
underwear.
an acrobatics check.
Good at these.
You're gonna drown.
If you are in heavy armor, it is with disadvantage.
No, I am not.
You're gonna drown.
This half plate heavy.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
heavy
providing
armor.
assistance to Finn at least.
No, I'm riding you like a dolphin
12.
Well, there you go.
in my underwear.
That's not great.
So,
I'm not
since Finn
swimming.
is riding me currently, is that providing me with a disadvantage, and that's how you want me to roll it? 'Cause my first roll is good enough to carry us.
I got no
both.
weight.
I'm going to say that you roll normal and that he can roll with advantage because you're trying to help him.
Okay, I mean, I got like 25.
Okay.
Half plate's medium.
Medium. As dumb as it sounds, I'll go ahead and say that you do not have to run with disadvantage. Honestly, I think if you're wearing any armor, you should roll with disadvantage. But that's just me.
Then that's going to be a 21.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like still water, right? And it's not even that deep.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even swimming with regular clothes on in real life. But this is a fantasy setting, so whatever. Real life be damned.
I'm going to paddle my way over to the shore and just stay close to the shore and kind of half breaststroke, half holding on to the wall.
We haven't decided which direction we're going with the current or against.
Esbel
All right, well,
decided
I'm still
with
heading
that
towards the wall.
six-sided die roll,
We're going for the treasure.
and she's going to stay.
We're always going for the treasure.
For the booty!
Esbel's going the other way because that's what I just rolled. I couldn't make up my mind.
For the treasure?
I'm going against the current.
Okay, yeah.
For the treasure.
That's where we're all headed.
Yep.
For the booty.
Oh, okay.
We're going north.
North, yes. I'm following
Alright.
you guys
We're
in.
going north.
Yeah.
That's the decision I made.
Lots of
Esbel
places
made
have
that
it on.
decision.
For the booty.
Hey, watch yourself. Quick folk.
You swim to the north.
Yes, we do.
Upon swimming this direction, it takes you a few moments, a couple minutes, maybe 10, 15 or so. But you guys swim up river and you start to come to an area. Those of you with dark vision are able to see. Those of you without dark vision, I'm wondering how you see.
That's why I'm sticking to the
Follows
side.
orb.
I cast
Following the
light.
wall.
Follows orb.
I cast light.
Fala's orb, that's right. Fala has their orb out. Oh, I'm gonna roll for Fala.
I cast light onto Cole. Can't you just walk on the water all the way up?
look at that.
Fala rolls a 1.
Going
so
off
Fala
script.
just goes underwater and just walks along the bottom of the river.
Doesn't breathe.
There's something wrong.
I'll be over there soon, guys.
There you go. We're off the map.
The benefits of having a Warforged friend.
For real.
You are not entirely off the map, for you do make a stop.
I feel like we're off map.
We stopped to pee in the water.
Oh, there's another way.
Esville.
Look at there.
I had to go.
Downstream, okay? Downstream.
Hey,
The drift globe reveals
This
a
isn't-
small bank along the river's
What about
edge.
shrinkage?
This bank itself has what looks to be in good condition, rowboat of sorts. Could hold up to 10 people. There is, once again, spiderwebbing everywhere.
you found a boat?
Just burn it, Finn.
Whoa,
burn the boat.
that's a boat.
I'm kidding.
Is the boat obviously made out of wood?
Obviously.
Captain Obvious.
Actually, this is.
So you said it's covered in
wood.
spider web, so
No,
we might be able to.
the bank, the river's
you some
edge,
sort of
the
lake
river's
now?
bank
What?
is covered in
Aren't you lit to
spiderwebs.
it?
The boat itself is very much not covered in spiderwebs.
Is it made out of zerkwood?
Yeah.
From where you are, you cannot
No, do
tell.
you remember?
Do I remember?
The first time we came this way?
No. We came this way another way.
I do
As original?
the butterfly, like the
Oh.
you know the like
No.
the one that swimmers do, where they like.
No.
I cut it on over there.
Okay.
No.
I crawl out.
You reach
Like
up
that's the
onto the
outcome.
bank.
It does look like it, but we're not sure.
One by one, you all come out of the river Sargauth and you approach the bank. You stand next to a wooden boat. The boat itself appears to be made out of surface wood, not zerkwood. And from where you are, you can actually see that there are two forms that are kind of cocooned up on the wall. They kind of writhe and move just a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
And you hear the muffle as you move closer in the revealing of your light from the drift globe. You hear.
Do I cut him down?
I start looking
Just the
around.
mouths first.
What? Okay.
I start looking around.
I would like to tie a rope to the
Perception?
end of the
Yeah,
boat,
do I
pull
see
the boat
anything?
into the water.
Does my familiar sense anything along webbing?
It's a trap.
No.
Oh, yes!
We'll let you do the familiar checking.
No. Your familiar sense is that there are two forms cocooned along the wall.
I use
Cut
my
him down.
Adamantine knife
Cut it-
to
cut
cut
him
open
down.
one of the mouths.
Cut him down.
I hold up Finn.
Rapier. Cut him
Bringing
down.
Finn up into the air. Finn, you use an adamantine dagger to cut the cocoons down, correct?
Just the
yeah,
mouth.
just the mouth. I just want to
Oh.
open one of them.
Okay.
It's really sharp
How do you do this?
with delicateness.
With surgeon.
How do you know where their
with
mouth is?
Surgeon's grace.
With surgeons, the top part.
Right, like the head
Unless they're upside down, I'll see feet if I don't. So,
Yeah, but you still
all right,
like
I cut the
feet.
top part off to see if there's anybody there.
The first thing that you see in this one, as you cut the cocoon open, is a pair of feet.
Oh, that's neat.
Other side.
All right, I slide down and then I cut open the mouth part.
You move
Guess
down
they're
to there,
upside
you
down.
begin very carefully cutting away webbing, and you begin to reveal pink flesh, pink peachy type flesh, and you cut away a little bit, and a humanoid mouth is finally revealed. And it's like, oh God, I'm going to die! I'm going to die! This is it! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Hey, what's your name?
What?
Hey, what's your name?
Who are you?
I'm Finn.
What we're asking you.
Finn? Finn, may I see you, please? Are you going to kill me?
All right, I remove the eye
Don't
part.
shut up.
As you begin cutting away more of the webbing, it reveals a human face underneath, inside of the cocoon. And it's like, oh, bloody hell, I'm alive. Oh, you don't look like spider elven women. Oh, you hear that? We're going to be okay. They're going to free us.
Who are you?
My name is Byron. And my mate over there, his name is Bryce.
Oh my God.
We are in a bad spot here, mate.
Pirates?
Yeah, the pirates. Your name? Are these guys a lot older? Like really old? Like they seem like they maybe like seen a lot of shit in their time. Okay, so I'm like, yeah, dude, that sounds so weird, and I start cutting them down. And
Finn, why are you so impressed by these pirates?
How do you know they're pirates?
We don't know anything about them.
yeah, don't know anything.
There you go.
Start
Somebody
cutting
say
them
pirates,
down.
that's all.
No.
Anyway, start cutting them down. You know?
They're near a
Is the
Byron, you said?
Do you just
Byron?
call everyone with an eye patch a pirate? That, sir, is what we call profiling. You're jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, well, how did you know they were elves?
Well, they had those knife ears.
Is that how you tell?
Knife ears.
Right, yeah.
Jeez.
That's rude.
That's rude.
I'm sorry.
Byron.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make no offense to any of you. Wait, none of you are elves. No, the hell with those knife ears.
Yeah, hey, Byron.
Hi, mate.
What are you doing down here, man?
Oh, well, we came down here. We was looking for the captain's treasure.
And just so happens that we are on our way there.
That's fantastic. You cut down Bryce, and well, all will be thanked for.
Good idea.
And
How long have you been? When did you? If you could, how long have you been there?
I have no idea.
Bryce, can you tell me a little bit about your story, like your life? Well, I'm cutting down your friend Bryce.
Really?
No, name's Byron.
Byron.
Byron. Yeah.
Bryce?
No, that's Bryce. I'm Byron.
That's too hard to remember. Can I call you Bryce, and I'll call him Bryce too?
We gotta get out.
Who's Bryce too?
Is the boat in the water yet?
Yes.
With a rope securely tied to it in some fashion so it can't float away.
Yes.
I tie it around my waist.
Yes.
All right, so I cut down Bryce.
Oh.
You cut down Bryce, and it reveals yet another humanoid in sort of seafarer's traveling clothing. They begin pulling away the webbing on his arms. Like, oh,
Wait.
thanks.
Ask them if they're doppelgangers.
Do they have
Hey, are you
hair?
doppelgangers? You
I
have to tell
don't
me.
know. I could be. It's something that I have not given much thought of, although I have had a lot of time to think about things since being cocooned on that wall. I'll tell you one thing I'm not. Spider dinner. Thank you. You have my thanks.
Do they have hair?
My passive insight.
Oh my gods, do I have hair? I do. I'm okay, mate. Still got my hair. You still got hair.
What did
Says Bryce to
what
this
did they
side.
look like? The ones that strung you up.
Right. Can you, think of one of those knife ears, okay? Now combine it with your worst nightmares. Piss your pants a little bit. That was not me. It was Bryce.
Liar. Fear my nightmare.
No, it was Bryce, not me.
Just we could. It's just that
Right.
we've killed a few of them, and there are some alive still. So we're just trying to figure out if we killed the ones that strung you up, or if they're still out there.
No idea. I did not ask for names,
Whoa.
but I appreciate your concern.
All right. Well,
Right. Now, hey, mate. Hey. That's my boat.
That's
our
my
boat
boat
now.
now.
No more.
I found it.
I was right here the whole time.
We saved you. It's our boat now.
This
For
is
the greater good, you can come with us. But
this
it's our
is
boat.
highway robbery. If this river were a highway,
Put it back in
and
the
it is,
cocoon.
because I have claimed it to be the highway of Byron and Bryce.
Ben, can you
And
put
that's
it
how it
back
is
in the
now.
cocoon?
Draw my sword.
This is the
Does
river
he have any
Sargauth.
weapons?
You do not see any weapons on them.
Hey,
You do not see weapons on them.
do you really want to fight us? And I'm like saying this as a naked halfling in front of him.
You just cut people down and challenge them to a fight everywhere that you go. You, sir, need a doctor. You are
Fellas.
mad in the head.
I am a
Fellas,
doctor.
How much for the boat?
I'll take their head for the boat.
I'm afraid it's not for sale.
I mean, the
See,
last person we found in a cocoon, we stabbed and then burned.
Oh yeah.
you, sir,
Consider that.
you're an evil lot. This is what we get. This is what we get, Bryce. After all these years, when that crazy dwarven priest, cleric, finally talks us into a life of good, and we become world-renowned treasure hunters, and what does it get us? Robbed
I'm
by
sorry.
these terrible people. You,
I'm sorry.
sir, I will see you in hell.
Allow me to digress and correct my previous statement.
Bryce and I here.
Would you like to stay here? Is that what we're hearing?
Parlay.
Bryce and I here. We are God-fearing.
Grim, you're not
folk.
allowed to say that. Damn it! All right, he said parlay. We have to
They
listen.
don't have a captain.
What kind of? What are you getting on all about here?
He said parlay. I'm sorry. We can't injure you anymore.
Now stop being lame.
Nesville side eyes, Ben.
I don't get it, Bryce. I think they're totally out of their mind.
That's the rules. You can't hurt him.
They've been under the ground for too long. Addled in the minds they are.
You
Okay,
guys are after
Bryce.
the treasure.
Yeah,
right?
let's go get this
Right.
money.
The captain's treasure.
Do you want to come with us?
No, you guys threatened to kill us. Why would I go with you?
Nah, they get hasty.
We've done a lot of killing lately.
Especially
Sir, are
Slave
not.
Master Finn over here.
Sir, I'm going to ask you politely once again. Please hand over the boat in the name of the Queen and the gods and all that is good.
You're not getting your boat.
Yeah, it's our boat now.
You need a bath
I
anyway.
put my sword away. Bryce.
Byron. That's Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce.
I'm Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce.
That's Byron. I'm Byron. That's Bryce. I'm Bryce. That's Byron. Right, like you said, I'm Byron.
I have no need to talk to Byron right now. Bryce. Do you understand that we saved you and we wish to procure your boat and travel with you to your destination that you were originally set sail for?
Who the fuck is that?
Right, I get it. Bryce is trying to tell me that we need the boat to go home.
We need the boat to go home too, but we wish to go to the same destination that brought you down here.
You want to go to my home?
No,
we want to go
Let's
home.
go get that treasure.
Our home.
All of us. Let's go get it right now. All of
That
us.
treasure got me cocooned. Not much interested much anymore. You keep me sick.
What weapons? What
Yeah.
weapons did you have
I think it's time.
coming down here?
We could have just
Cool, have
left
some
you
with
in
the
the wet.
You know what?
Finn,
I cast Zone of Truth.
It's over. Cole just hit him.
Are you hitting
With
them?
the flat of my axe, yeah.
Make an attack roll.
why are we hurting these people?
It's called diplomacy.
Tired.
That's what happens when it breaks down.
I go sit in the boat.
It's aggressive negotiation.
Standing in the boat going,
22 to hit.
Yeah, you hit him. As you hit him, the flat of your axe just strikes Byron right in the side of the head.
Boom.
Bang! He spins around, does a 360, looks addled, face first into the ground. Blood comes out of his nose.
All right,
looks
whose
like
boat
he
is
hit
it
the
now?
rock hard.
Bryce
Bryce looks down at Byron, looks up at
Intimidation
you.
roll?
Yeah. Whose boat is it now?
they had that back then?
Attack 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do it. Knock them both out. I'll heal them both out.
Man.
And take a step.
Dirt naps.
Attack roll.
Swing away.
God.
Swing away.
Yeah, a lot. 26 to hit, and
You render him unconscious.
Yeah.
He once again spins around, falls like perpendicular on top of Byron, and the two of them are just an X on the ground as they both fall unconscious.
oh, that was getting
Hey,
annoying.
Put those
Exactly.
thumb screws on them.
Exactly. Oh man, that would be
put him in the
hilarious,
boat.
but-
Just left him in the web.
Yeah.
Put him in the boat.
No, they would have died in the way.
Out
Yeah,
of
but they'll die in the boat.
They'll probably die when you leave them.
Yeah, like
Out
we gotta
of-
bring these fools with us.
Out of everything that you grabbed out of the torture chambers, did you happen to grab chains?
Manacles?
Adamantine manacles? I think so.
They said a whole torture set, and those usually include manacles.
Just tie him up.
Just thumb screw them.
What's this
It's not
time?
going anywhere.
So we can just throw them back in the web.
Alright, put it back in the.
No,
Dude,
those
we do our best to like roll them up in the web.
Call the spider.
Guys, we should just let them have their boat.
Leave a note. Sorry.
Let's just heal them, let them have their boat, and go. Okay?
What do we need?
You are a mixed
What do we need a boat for? We can literally just go back.
Sail the river Sargauth.
We can literally lay on our backs and ride it, guys.
I vote we have the boat, but I'm also in favor of taking these two with us. When we get to our final destination, I'm happy to relinquish the boat back to them.
I'm not really into slavery again. I mean, that was a real bad situation for me, and
Not what I heard.
you know, you weren't there, Asvel. You didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I
And
heard
last
you guys
time we took
talking.
on two friends, they ended up dying. And
Usually
Bryce and
what these
Byron,
guys say behind
these
your
guys
back.
usually leave whenever they get a chance.
All right.
Keeping
Guys like
boat.
them, they want to leave.
Can I stabilize them?
We're keeping
both of them.
But they can't
They're not
live
dying.
without that boat.
Okay,
They're
so
They need to get
okay.
the skull point.
I wish to take their bodies and put them in the boat.
Cole can't kill anyone, but I guess your character doesn't know that.
I'm intentionally not trying to kill him though.
Even if he tried to, he couldn't.
I know.
Okay, so I would like to put their bodies
Yeah.
in the boat,
So
and then
you-
I'm getting in the
You
boat.
pick up the unconscious
Oh.
Byron and Bryce, and the three of you all sit in the boat. It is much larger than you need for the three of you, and it lazily sits there. The current just moving it very slowly with like a paddle of your hand. You
What
can
if-
kind of fight the current.
What
I
if
do not wish to do that.
we drive the boat all the way
So
back to skull
there
point,
is a time
drop
limit.
off, and then drive back?
No.
Do you need those hourglasses I have?
You have hourglasses too?
Yes.
Are you leaving?
Let's go.
Well, the treasure is.
I am not forcing anyone to get into the boat, but yes, I am, because I got those two in the boat. I'm saying, let's go to the treasure. At the very least, we can get the treasure, throw it in the bag of holdings. We don't have to tell them. They wake up afterwards while we're on our way home.
We're
Well,
in
I'm
the,
probably
we're
gonna
in
be
the
dead by
chamber
that
that we
time.
need to continue in.
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they're gonna
Never
be
mind
dead
then.
if we leave.
I'd climb out of the boat while
Duly noted.
soaking.
They
All
will
right.
be
I
dead
think.
if we
I
leave
mean, there's
here.
nothing
Yeah,
more.
I'm
in there.
Saying, get in the boat. I'm getting in the boat.
Touche.
Is everybody just going to go back to Skullport, drop them off? I mean,
no.
that was the original thing.
Wait a minute. We're after the treasure.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement. All right.
It's literally going to be here next time we come back up.
I untie the
what's
rope
gonna happen
from
to us
both
once
the
we get to
boat
Skull
and my waist,
Well,
and I
we're
get
probably
back
going
on
to
the
run into a lot
shore.
of danger, and we're going to find those
So
people.
we're
and
taking a
gonna
look
come back out.
down the
We're already
cave
on the way.
hallway that in this dude chamber there, and we get to about there before it splits in different directions.
So we just pull the boat that far?
No.
I'm not pulling the boat.
Oh no!
We can't?
Ignore the
Together.
split. It goes into a large chamber. As you enter the next large chamber, you see that there is the body, the flesh, long rotted away. Skeleton is all that remains of a pirate. He has an eye patch over one eye and what looks like a captain's hat. As he sits there, there is a rusted, very rusted old sword in his hand as he lies there with his back against the wall.
Is that what I would?
As you look in the wall above the pirate captain, you see that there appears to be it's a hole, but it looks man-made, constructed, artificial. It's about this wide, about that high, apart, and you cannot tell how far back it goes. It's deep.
Get that whip out and move the body.
Sounds like a trap.
Yeah, guys. I mean, it's a death if you come back here. Like, it was bound to be a trap. Got Byron?
Aww. It also might destroy the treasure.
Alright, well,
Hang
I
tight.
could whip him. It'd be one
What
more
if-
me.
Let me just whip him.
Byron!
Everybody just take a beat. I've got something to do real quick. And I begin detect magic as a ritual.
I cast light, throw a rock in the room. Sorry.
it lights up. You take 10 minutes to cast your ritual. What does it look like when you cast Detect Magic?
In this case, when I cast Detect Magic, I start tracing out the dimensions of the room in the air, lines of magic following my finger behind me, light details of the room here and there, and if there is any, it lights up in my diagram in the air.
After 10 minutes of your ritual, the only thing you can detect is his light spell. Appears to be no magic in this room.
Pressure traps.
What?
It's probably pressure traps then.
Okay.
The floor is dirt, right? So we're not looking at a stone pressure trap, right? So there's no object. What is it going to be that triggers this?
Is all of this still covered in webbing?
So.
Okay.
Do you think the skeleton itself
was that?
is moving it?
You said it's about that wide?
No, it's like that. It's real thin. It's about that wide, but in dimension-wise, it's about that far apart.
Does it look like a keel?
Could my spider fit through it?
No,
Like a hand?
no, not a hand. You gotta be thinner than that.
Do we
Not
see
even a
anything
halfling hand?
besides the skeleton in the room?
It's just a skeleton with his pirate hat, eye patch, pirate garb, his what a pirate's have? A scimitar or rapier, or an old
Cutlass.
rusted sword, cutlass. There you go. He's got a cutlass. It's old
I
and
would
rusted.
like to begin moving towards the pirate body and investigating the floor for traps.
I stay within
Tripwires,
5 feet
all of that.
Do that.
of Reba.
Let's see, you want investigation for that?
Or perception, but investigation's probably the best.
I'll assist you in perception if you want to roll it again.
I don't see how you could assist in perception other than making your own check.
What do you see that over there?
I'll make my own check then. Once he's
that's
resolved.
a 3.
Yeah.
You walk into the room, investigating the area, kind of shuffling gravel this way and that, not realizing how heavy your actual footsteps are. And then as you make it all the way to the pirate body, you stand at a slot in a wall, a dead body, and nothing happens.
Anything to read?
You watch this happen, and
I'll
you're
follow
like,
him.
I didn't see him hit any tripwires.
I'll follow him and look to see if I see anything more than interesting.
Okay.
It's not bad. 16. Perception.
You do not see anything that looks out of the ordinary.
Okay, and Grim.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Cole?
Anything on this skeleton magic?
Nothing. Anywhere in the room.
The heck are we doing here?
Well,
Right.
gold's not magical.
History check. Do I know which captain this is?
I go to check
That's a
on
natural 20.
Byram Bryce.
What captain is it?
This is Captain Redfang.
Yes.
Most definitely.
The half-orc captain
wow.
of the Wave Defiler.
I want his hat.
You take his hat. It's a nice fit.
I'm Captain Redfang now.
You know, you'd make a great Dread Pirate Roberts.
I'm the queen of the spider people.
Together. With our powers combined.
You hear Finn from like the boat. I'm an honorary member of Grey Force.
What was that? Another voice from very far down in the cavern says, I'm vegan!
Right?
No, you're not.
I mean, does anyone else want to do anything? I don't want to run the show here.
I mean, the thing is there's supposed to be
I'll do a perception check.
treasure, like
Five.
gold where the pirate is.
God. Maybe he died while hiding it.
5?
Yeah.
Whatever you rolled for, you don't get it.
Perception.
Yeah, no, you
No.
see a dead body and a hole in the wall.
Nothing.
So then let's leave
I would like to further investigate the hole in the wall.
or further investigate.
Oh.
Sorry. No,
You're gonna
let's do
stick
that.
your head in there and just
He
No,
can't
no.
stick anything.
Barely fit a pinky in there.
Yeah, you can't fit a pink on.
So-
It's got to be flatter than that.
From
You know, you stick your eyeball in
so
there.
not lining up with it. This is how I
Yeah.
want to investigate it. Would like to step to the side of it, get my sword out, and slowly slide the sword in against one wall and move it across, and then bring it back to center and try to twist the sword to see if the wall moves.
You're not gonna be able to twist your sword. Your sword will just, it fits in there almost
Right.
with no wiggle room. You take your sword and you gently slide it in, and as you do so, you begin to feel kind of a resistance, and you push, and it's like a little bit more and more, and finally you hear it snap. The ceiling rumbles. You jump back, startled, and a rock falls, crushes the corpse of the pirate captain as a rock and a treasure chest fall out of the ceiling. The chest itself, old and ancient, explodes into pieces. Gold spills everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah!
Any magic?
As you go through the belongings of the treasure, you immediately pick up the fact that there are 500 silver pieces.
500 silver
money,
pieces.
money.
Well done, Revo.
Uh-huh.
6 moss agates at 10 gold each. So 60 gold of moss agates if you just want to write down 60 gold.
Okay.
A pair of bone dice at 1 gold piece. They appear to be carved out of the knuckle bones of a tiefling.
Yes.
Keep
Oh, you want those?
No, go for it. Go for it.
I kind of want those.
Tiefling bone dice are yours.
Did Morty just find his mama?
A 6-inch tall empty obsidian bottle carved in the shape of a wizard's tower with a removable cork roof.
Wait, what?
That's cool.
Come again?
Grim, this
What?
is yours.
A 6-inch tall empty obsidian bottle carved in the shape of a wizard's tower with a removable cork roof.
Super cool.
Worth
Whoa.
50 gold pieces.
I would like that. Okay.
A pearl
be a
necklace,
genie
250 gold pieces.
So mature. Shut up, you guys.
A shriveled sea elf's head with a potion of water breathing stuffed in its mouth. Shrunken with the vial's cork sticking out.
That's
it
cool.
appears that it was crafted that way. You have to drink it out of the shriveled skull of the sea elf.
I will take that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's so metal.
Yeah, you will. Take it.
For a paladin.
Sorry.
An unusual looking artifact your detect magic picks up on this one. It appears to be a hand made out of bone, although it's like very long and stretched out and elongated. In the very end of it, it appears to be like a hand like this with a very long single finger pointed way out. But it appears to be carved that way. Upon closer inspection, it's not an actual bone. It is in fact a wand with a somewhat powerful enchantment on it.
I will begin trying to discern that enchantment.
Give me an Arcana roll. See if you can recognize what kind of artifact this is.
I'm just like sitting on the
Let me get my good dice. Superstitious
I was
one.
like, hey, follow me.
I'm gonna guess what it is, but I'm not gonna say.
5.
That is a 17.
Yep.
Okay, let's go ahead and say you recognize this as a Wand of the War Mage +2.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
We should have left. Guys.
Finally, there is
Shut up.
one final thing in here that catches your attention. It looks like a scroll case, but it's not a case at all. It has no openings. And Finn, as you pick it up, looking at this thing that looks like a
I'm at
scroll
the boat.
case. Oh yeah, you're on a boat. All right, then
Follow.
not follow.
Esbel.
Esvel, as you pick this up thinking it's a scroll case that's worth money, you're looking at it and you see that it's not a case at all. It doesn't open. As you try and open it, you see that it has rings along it that like spin and turn into different pieces. And as you turn them, they seem to line up in different configurations. And you're trying to make sense of it when all of a sudden, Vlasic, you recognize it exactly for what it is. And you see that when you organize these in certain order, you can roll it through ink and then across parchment, and it creates a map.
Oh, cool.
Oh, neat. Wait a minute. Were you looking for a map?
Yes, and this is my map.
Ah. Cool.
Cool.
Any contesters to taking the map?
Of course not.
You have
Just had to make sure.
Like I'm literally sitting on a boat still, just like
She's holding it up like this. This is cool.
No, I'm kidding.
Thank you. And yeah.
There you are. Treasure. You
Treasure.
guys make your way back to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
One by one, you pile back into the boat, or into the boat for the first time for some of you. And you make your way lazily down the Sargauth River as you kind of float and proceed
Lazy
down
river.
through the darkness, Fall's drift globe illuminating the way. There is not a whole lot along the river's course as you make your way through. Vlasic continues to try to work out the puzzle in order to unlock the artifact's power. But there is something that catches your eye. There is another sandy shore lining with gravel that you see. And upon this side, you see that there are a few bodies of elves. They appear to have been dead for quite some time, much like the others. Dried blood splattered across the wall, and a shiny. They have adamantine weapons of sorts across the floor. You're not sure who killed these elves, but they're dead, and
Alright.
their belongings are lying there.
Now we know what elves look like.
We gotta go get those.
Can I have a scimitar?
Still having a hard time.
We gotta
There is a scimitar.
Oh, cool. Can I
Is
have one
there
of
a
those scimitars? man?
There is a long sword.
Master of Arms.
Oh god, guys, come on, let's
A
do
long
this
sword and a
over here.
scimitar.
I think we should stop and at least try to loot the bodies.
I like jump out and I start like the dog that's like sees a stick in the water, you know.
You jump out
Start
into the
dog
water.
paddling back.
You panic to try and get out. You're desperately trying to swim over. You make it to shore and you stand at the top of these bodies. You see that there is blood here, as well as they look like they died in some sort of a combat. Of course, there are arrows. There's magical scoring across the wall. It looks like somebody cast maybe a fire spell or something. You're unable to tell, but it's like scarred across the hallway. And these bodies are lying here exactly as they had died. There is a adamantine scimitar lying on the ground right at your feet. However, there's also this one thing right next to the scimitar that really catches your attention, and it looks like a piece of torn cloth, and on the cloth itself seems to have an emblem that looks like the emblem of Waterdeep.
What?
The rest of you come
like
up
a
on
badge?
shore, catching up with him, and as the boat hits gravel,
Secure the boat.
you secure the boat. As you're securing the boat, Fall is there, and you all kind of look over, and you grab this piece of cloth. You hold it up, and it's not the badge of Waterdeep, but it is indeed like a shred of perhaps a cloak or a tunic or a tabard, and you hold it up, and your head gets foggy. And you hold your head, and you're feeling dizzy. What's it? Blood.
Oh.
And Cole, you begin to feel the same, and Grim, and the three of you look at each other, and you start to hear this horrible sound, this bright ringing in your ears that starts as a ringing and gets louder and louder before it turns into a piercing, screaming siren type sound until everything else is drowned out. You've gone deaf to the world, and it hurts so bad that you can barely keep your eyes open. You stagger, you move back and forth.
Is this mind spike, Grim?
Revo and Esvel and Follow, the three of you all look side to side at what's happening to your three companions, and one by one, you drop to the ground and pass out.
I begin dragging the biggest one back to the boat.
And we will play again later.
My head hurts.
Interesting.
That's
This
the
is
game
how
for tonight.
Byron and Bryce murdered the whole party afterwards.
Got my map. Now you're all gonna die.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's really great to bring them back. Like, how did they escape how did they escape being slaves?
Some things are best left unsaid.
Find out.
You'll find out.
I don't know.
Let's rephrase that. How did they escape
Thanks for
being
watching.
slaves?
Thanks for watching. Good night.
Where did all these adamantine weapons come from?
Good night.